Please rise, remove your hats for the pregame prayer. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, as we gather tonight for this contest, we pray for the safety of these athletes. We ask blessings on the officials and everyone in the Elyria Catholic and Bishop Hartley communities. Thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to be part of this friendly competition. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. Now please remain standing for playing the national anthem by the Bishop Hartley Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Eli Williams. All right, Hog Nation, please welcome to Jack Ryan Field, first time this season, your 2025 Bishop Hartley Hawks.
Oak action going.
And here come the Hawks. We are here at Jack Ryan Field for another season of Bishop Hartley football. I'm Matt Barnes alongside Randall Sampson, a couple of Hartley alums excited for this matchup between the Bishop Hartley Hawks and Elyria Catholic in Week 1 2025 high school football season. Bring back the memories, Randall.
It really does. It really does. It's a good evening. Sun is just at that crescent moment when, you got a couple hours of sunlight left. And you can smell the football in the air, and the vibe is here. The fans are here. Parents are standing. Cheerleaders are excited. And we even got the mighty Hartley Band playing. Their band program has been amazing and has gotten better over time. And the team is big and ready to go. So it's exciting.
It is exciting. Week 1 is always exciting because you just don't know what lies ahead yet, right? It's nothing but optimism, a lot of hope, and a lot of excitement. So we shall see what we have for the Hawks this season. And we know one thing. We have a new coach. Brad Birchfield is out. Matt Melly is in. And this should be a new-look team as Coach Melly puts his own imprint on the team.
Yeah. And Brad's been a great coach for Hartley because it's always tough when you have to follow a legend, right? And so you follow a Dick Geyer, a two-time Hall of Famer, basketball and football, and he's still around. And so the legend is in your face constantly, so you have to overcome that. And all the guy does is go out and wins back-to-back state championships, another state championship, has the most state championships in Central Ohio. And he leaves for other opportunities, which is good for him.
Yep.
And here at Hartley, it's next man up. And so now we have an opportunity to have a new coach come in, and he has to look at a legend that's coaching across town, and it's in the paper, on social media. So you kind of have to just live up to the hype and to the expectation, and that's part of it. And the kids are the same way.
Yeah.
The tradition never graduates.
Exactly. And the great thing is he's been in the program for a couple of years. He's not new to the kids, but he is new to the head coaching role here at Bishop Hartley. So we're going to kick things off. Elyria Catholic is kicking off to the Hawks, and we are beginning the 2025 season with a kickoff return. And it's the Hawks with the ball across the 20-yard line. That is Jamari Stokes past the 30, out of bounds around the 33-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will set up shop with quarterback Matt Golich, third-year starter. Had some confidence grow, it seemed like, through the year last year, throwing the ball, which is good to see because you know you've got a bell horse in Robert Lathan in the backfield.
Yeah, anytime you have a quarterback that has experience that can get some reps in, and the best part about Ohio football now is you can do a lot of 7-on-7s and get those reps in with those kids, but now it translates to 11-on-11, and you're not out there just getting tagged anymore. Yeah. You got a guy coming hot at you, so we'll see what they do here.
Well, again, expect a bit of a new-look offense for the Hartley Hawks, and this is something new right here. Shotgun and 5 wide as Lathan now motions to the backfield, so 4 wide, and the handoff goes to Robert Lathan, and you're going to hear his name a lot for the Hawks. Tough sledding here against this Elyria Catholic defense that was vastly improved heading into the second half of last year. Gain of 4 for Robert. A lot on the line for him tonight.
Oh, it's a lot on the line for him. He's a kid that's getting recruited by a lot of colleges, a lot of great MAC schools, whether it's Western Michigan, Toledo, Ball State, Buffalo, and the likes. And let's say OU as well.
I'd like to hear that. Yes, thank you.
So we'll see how he goes, and he's definitely a top 5 running back in the state of Ohio.
Completely agree.
In the 24/7 recruiting, you'll see him as a top 5 running back.
Yeah, he will get the ball a lot today. Second play of the game, and it's Lathan again, and this time he finds a hole, and he is off to the races. Already past the 40 to 30 tightrope in the sideline. Does not get pushed out, and he heads into the end zone. 2 plays for the Hawks, and they're already into the end zone. Not a bad start for the season for Coach Melly and the Hawks.
Now, Matt, this is one of the things that I wanted to see out the young man this year. He has changed his entire physique. So he's a 6'1", 6-foot running back, 210 pounds. Last year he was a little bit thicker, and he would take all the bruising, as you see right here. But this is the part that I really like. Last year he would hit the hole, and he's there at the corner. And right here, number 19 catches him, 15 catches him, pushes him out of bounds. This year, he's changed up his whole body. He can take the top off of the defense, and he kind of reminds me, just in that one play, of a guy named Aaron Purdue.
Oh, boy, back to the 90s we're talking here.
Aaron Purdue used to take the top off of defenses like nobody else, breaking angles and all the stuff. So, and I think this is one of the pieces for his game that college coaches really wanted to see. They know he can work in between tackles, but they want to see, can he take the top off? This right here says it all. Big Ten, come on in, recruit the guy.
Yeah, that breakaway speed is what you want to see. Here's Brady Newsome for the kick. The left-footed kick is up and through, and the Hawks with 1 minute played in the first quarter, up 7-0 on Elyria Catholic. A great start for the Hawks offense. That kind of already kind of takes some of the nerves out of the body, right? Because you already got that first score. You got the momentum already in this game. You got to feel good heading into your first defensive possession here.
Yeah, you know, Hartley came out. They said, hey, let's get a little cute, and we'll spread it out. But now this time they said, let's just go traditional and run the counter O, lead through with the fullback, and bam on number 0. And now they're off and running. But here's the best part. This guy is chasing to become the legend of Hartley football as far as a running back, the most rushing yards possible, right?
Yep.
But the best part is, if you're an offensive lineman at Hartley and this guy's behind you and he's going to set a record, you pride yourself on, I am that offensive lineman that helped get the first touchdown of the season. I am that offensive lineman that has a record-setting running back on my back. So those 5 guys, the big dogs up front, they're going to eat tonight, and I can't wait to see it. And you already saw the fullback eating, so let's go.
That was great. That was Marcus Hemphill and James Terry with the 2 big blocks that kind of spurred that run. So for those who don't know, Robert Lathan needs 190 yards to break the record. That was 66 on that first drive alone. So we'll keep the countdown going for you, for him to break that record by the great Noah Key about 15 years ago. Well, not even 15 years, 10 years ago. I'm getting old. All right, Elyria Catholic gets the kickoff. This is Mikey Bates going around the right side. He has found a gap, and he's off to the races. He gets up to midfield, and great starting position for their offense as he gets up to the Bishop Hartley 49. Mikey Bates, one of their good players on defense, but finding a way to make an impact here on offense as well. Elyria Catholic going to be With a new quarterback this year, they had a really nice quarterback leave after last year, including their starting wide receiver as well. 2 leading tacklers all gone from a season that went 3-7. But this is the head coach in Chase Ferris. He knows how to win. If you don't know that name, that's a guy who played, yes, for the Ohio State Buckeyes, played on a national championship team on the offensive line under Urban Meyer. So he knows how to win, now trying to get his Eagles in the winning column here. So the Eagles start with 4 wide, running back in the backfield. It's Robbie DeRay, the quarterback, pass complete. And he's off to the races here. Short pass, and he's got plenty of yak here. Yards after the catch. Inside the 10 goes Donovan Shumpert, the junior wide receiver, and Hawks defense getting hit with the big play early.
Yeah, and Elyria did a great job running a little pick screen there on the outside, and Hartley's manned up, and the guy got rubbed, and the guy just comes back, and boom, there he is. You got to make that tackle 5, and the guy just slips him, and it's a good run.
So they got to spot the ball at the 11, so that is a 37-yard gain on their first play on offense. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 11. Again, Robbie DeRay, the sophomore quarterback, only 5'9", fakes the pitch on the option, instead keeps it himself and gets down to the ground after a 3-yard gain. Hartley defense lost some key players, but they still bring back some experience. But this is always that first game where you're trying to, go against some real competition for once and see how you pan out.
And when you lose amazing kids that are the heart and soul of the defense, and they're not just great kids, they're getting recruited and they're going to Pitt, different universities, doing different things. It's a hit, but you got to reload, and I think that's what Hartley does best. But once again, you're shaking out all the rust on both sides of the ball.
Those scrimmages against Kaufman and West are one thing, but now you're playing the real games against Elyria Catholic, and they're hungry for a win coming down here from the Cleveland area. DeRay on 2nd down and 6, touchdown pass, as that pass is caught by Connor Ladia, the 6'3" senior, catching it at the 2 and walking into the end zone. And this must feel like a first game because both defenses a little shook on their first drives. What a quick spurt by Elyria Catholic.
And all he did was he sat down in the zone, and it was just a quick pitch and catch. It was pretty easy. Just ran a little quick hook, and the wide receiver had enough gumption to say, hey, I'm open, and I'm going to sit down and then just fall forward for the touchdown.
Yeah, sat down right in that zone. The kick is low, but it is good by the quarterback, Robbie DeRay. And just like that, it is 7-7. We've only played 2 minutes and 23 seconds of ball. Again, this game last year was 48-28, plenty of offense. I don't know if we expected 14 points scored in the first 2.5 minutes, but again, these first games, it takes a little bit of a feeling out process.
It takes time, and now you're back on offense trying to figure out, okay, we were going downhill. Now we're tied up again, so let's get back to the drawing board. And I got a feeling they got a workhorse that's going to run the ball. And even that run that Robert had, and just off the top of my head, I want to say the longest runs from line of scrimmage is number 2 is Sean Ross. I played in that game. I blocked for him in that game. And that was at Bexley, and he went 82 yards.
82, okay.
82. Mm-hmm. And then the number 1 longest run, I did not play in this game, and it was David Key. Mm-hmm. He went 84 yards.
Nice.
And it was Bexley. So Bexley's been good to us as far as long runs are concerned.
Don't think they want to play us for a while then.
Yeah, and like I say, when you're in offense and you're blocking for dynamic athletes, you kind of like, hey, man, we should have took a penalty so Sean could have ran longer, right?
Benjamin Essemacher with the kick. It is caught at the 14, and on the return is Jonathan Cordy. He had the decent return and passed the 30 and to around the 33-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will begin their second offensive possession. Didn't even have Matt Galtz throw the ball. Didn't need to. In 2 plays, he handed it off to Lathan, and 64 or 66 yards later, the Hawks were in the end zone. It's interesting, though, to see the Hawks open it up as much. We're so used to the different offense from the years past. This is wide open right now.
Yeah. And Hartley used to play that stack 'em, rock 'em, sock 'em, and run to the boundary and throw 11 people in the boundary, and we'll sift out the bodies as we go. And now we're kind of spreading it out and putting pressure on the defense and creating natural seams and gaps for your athletes.
And you got to think Elyria Catholic hasn't seen much of this on tape, so this will be interesting for them. This is Marcus Hemphill, normally a tight end, but boy, when he's a big load to bring down, they do bring him down there after 1 yard gain. But he's someone I think you're going to see a lot of this year. The senior, 6'4", 215. Going to be a great target, obviously, to throw the ball, but he can be an athlete and run the ball too.
Yeah, and then Elyria Catholic got a good push, so you're forcing the running back to bubble out. And this is a guy that's not a natural corner runner, probably more of a downhill guy. Now you're forcing him to go sideways, which is a good thing to do.
Yeah, Donovan Shumpert on the tackle there. He's already making an impact on this game. Second time we've called his name. You know Robert Lathan's in the game because those pink shoes are hard to miss. He's in the backfield. Too wide. And the ball does go to Lathan right up the middle, and Elyria Catholic expecting that one. But still, even when he gets hit, he gets 2-3 extra yards, and it'll be third and about 5.
And that's the action that he brings, right? So he'll get you in the phone booth, and he'll be physical with you in the phone booth. And I think that's what the big-time running backs do, right? And his legs keep churning, and he's gotten so much stronger in his lower body. He's really thinned out on top, and that's what creates the speed. But I've noticed that his hamstrings and his quads are massive this year to take some of that pounding and to get that top-end speed for when he gets out in the open field.
It's about a 4-yard gain there for Lathan. That leaves him with about 120 more yards to go for the record. Again, he's trying to break the rushing record for the Bishop Hartley Hawks, held by Noah Key. It's going to be 3rd and 5 here. And the handoff was going to Lathan, but he dropped the ball. It is on the ground. There are penalty flags. Elyria Catholic did grab the ball. And as of now, it is theirs. That picked up by Dominique Worthy, their defensive tackle. But let's see what the penalty is. Not sure if it's not pre-snap because then they would have just blown it dead. Oh, I'm sorry. That is not the penalty flag. That was just I knew that from last year.
The spot flags?
Yes.
Yeah.
They changed it to orange, though, which it's close enough to yellow. I learned that last year.
Mr. Barnes,
that's
it's
okay.
Me. It's the beginning of the school year.
I know, but I refereed flag football at college. I should know better. Anyways.
It's preseason, buddy, for the announcers.
Yes, for the announcers,
it's preseason.
So Elyria Catholic
we don't have scrimmages to do this, okay?
No, we didn't. Elyria Catholic gets the ball at the 31-yard line. They line up 4 wide. Robbie DeRay steps back to pass. This is a one toward the sideline. That's another catch by Benjamin Essenmacher, the 6'3 junior, with a beautiful catch along the sideline. Good for about 18 yards. And, again, Elyria Catholic in business, showing they can do it through the air as well.
And what they've done is they've said, hey, we know you have some young DBs back there or kids who have no experience or limited experience over the years. So we're going to run some crossing routes, get some confusion, and get some things going because you can't bring it off the edge.
Back to pass again here is DeRay on 1st and 10. He rolls left, looking toward the end zone. That pass is too high and it's incomplete. Had it look like a lane to maybe get 5 or 6 yards, but he saw that wide receiver, and that was an attempt for Corey Armelin. It's no good.
And Hartley did a real good job on the defensive line this time. You have a smaller quarterback, so if you get that push up the middle and force him to bubble out, and now he's throwing. He's a right-handed passer, scrambling left and trying to throw across his body. For a high school kid, that's pretty difficult.
That's one where I'm sure Coach Ferris is saying, just tuck it and run. Don't throw that ball into the end zone. But they do escape here. So, again, 2nd and 10 here from the 12. 2 in the backfield, 3 wide. DeRay going to pitch it back. That is Donovan Shumpert not going anywhere. In fact, he goes backward. Great pursuit by the Hawks. That is LaRon Golden, who is down on the ground after making the tackle with a couple others. Judging by the way, I was going to say it looks like a cramp, which I have a feeling we're going to see a few of those in game 1, as we always tend to do when it's this warm in the first game of the season.
Absolutely, and he came with some bad intention on that. He came right down the line of scrimmage. You had everybody attacked and bubbled out, and, your number one guy, Zhang. Mm-hmm. You just say Zhang, they all show up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Zhang showed up and bubbled him out, and then the cavalry came and cleaned it up with some bad intentions. But this is what happens. You're loading up to make the hit, so you're using a lot of pressure off your hips and pushing off your toes to make the tackle because you want that tackle bad, and then the cramp hits you.
Exactly. Well, and again, it is warm. It's not as warm as we've seen it before in August for game 1, but it is still warm, and we all know it's high school football. You got to learn that hydration, and I don't think they fully understand how much they need to hydrate days before the game. And then you finally learn come game day when you're going to cramp up probably a couple times.
Yeah, you can't just show up at lunchtime and say, I had a sun kiss. I'm good to go,
that's
right?
not going to work.
It's got some vitamin C in it, and I'm good to go. So you got to have your liquids in you for a week at a time and have a regiment that goes through with that. So, but, hey, my first game as a senior against Northland, I laid down and I cramped up too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it just happens. It's it's natural that it happened in these games like this. But LaRon Golden, the senior linebacker, one of the players that Coach Melly singled out, he said that's going to be key to their defense, along with Jay Zhang, a linebacker. He's really, really excited about their linebacking core, which is going to be big because you know how important that position is on defense, especially against a team like this.
Yeah, and Hartley's got to get some more pressure up the middle here against a smaller quarterback and put him under duress a little bit instead of just back there throwing.
Well, he's back to pass again, throws off his back foot to a wide open Donovan Shumpert, though. And that is a touchdown for Elyria Catholic in the back of the end zone. Beautiful pass for the 15-yard score, and the Eagles take a 13-7 lead.
Yeah, and this is tough because the quarterback has a clock in his head, so he's got 3 seconds, and he throws it to a spot where the wide receiver should be down here at the bottom, and you're just seeing confusion, and they're running basic crossing routes. One guy's just crossing over the top, running a post and getting in there at the corner. So defense has to tighten up.
Yep.
Defensive backs have to play their position. They have to trust their training. And that's usually what's happening. The kids are out there thinking instead of playing.
Yeah. Extra point is up and good, and Elyria Catholic, with 7:21 left in the first quarter, takes a 14-7 lead. Again, all that started with the fumble on the handoff on the Hawks' last possession, leaving the Eagles with great field possession at the Hawks 31, and they take advantage of that. So, listen, if you're the Hawks, first turnover, you pay for it. Lesson learned. Got to take care of the football.
Especially at the early days, early weeks of the season, turnovers are really going to hurt you a lot. So you got to really take care of the ball. And then, like Elyria Catholic, when you do get the turnover, you have to capitalize on it, especially when you're on the road.
Yeah, short field absolutely took care of business there. It's a good crowd here at Jack Ryan Field, though. Good to always see the student section up. Not loud right now, but we heard them loud after that touchdown, and just good to see everybody. I mean, they just got back to school, so, I mean, everyone's kind of getting that second day of school.
Yeah, the vibe is nice. Like the kids say, the vibe, right?
Yeah, the vibes are good.
The vibes are good. Everybody's out. You got parents out here. You've got grandparents out here. And it's all part of the tradition here. And people, you know, like myself, I did some pre-gaming. So I went to my own little pregame over at TAT.
That's right.
So before the game, I went to TAT, got my pasta, got my dinner, and my pregame meal, and so I'm ready to go. This is awesome.
You carbo-loaded. I love that. That's how you should do it. Benjamin Essemacher with the kick. That will be caught around the 12-yard line by Jamari Stokes, and they're saying his knee hit the ground. I'm not so sure it did, but if it did, it happened at the 12-yard line, so it's going to be a long field
so,
for
Matt,
the Hawks.
If you can see this, where his knee hits the ground, right? And we got 100
did,
yard.
yeah.
We have a 100-yard field. So we were just talking about the record is 84 yards.
Well, yes.
From the line of scrimmage.
You're trying to talk this into existence.
I want to
talk.
I want to speak this thing into existence. So let's see what happens. If Hartley's going to continue to get cute and spread late in the round and move them around, or are they just going to say, hey, look, this is our horse, and we're gonna do what we do. So stop us, and let's see if he can pop one for the school record here.
We shall see. Again, he needs 120 yards right now.
And it's only the beginning of the season.
Correct,
too, so,
yeah. But, I mean, when you get 70 in the first 5 minutes of the game, that's a pretty good start. 3 wide receivers, Hempel, the tight end, also in a route, and this one's going deep. He's got a good throw. That's a hold. I think it doesn't matter. That ball is caught. Javier Napier is going to go to the house. That is an 88-yard pitch and catch, and the Hawks score in one play. 14-13 is your score. There is a flag on the play, but I have a feeling this is on the hold.
On the far side by the sideline?
Yep, that's about where I saw the hold. Expected a flag in case that ball hit the ground, but it did not. It was caught by Napier, and he went the rest of the way. We get the call from the head ref here first. But considering they're not telling anyone to come back, I think we have a good touchdown here.
The pass is thrown, holding, defense, number 11. Our penalty is declined. After the play, sideline warning. Bishop Hartley, that is their first.
So we did get a sideline warning called on Hartley. That will not nullify the touchdown, though. That's just a warning.
This is what you get out of an experienced quarterback. He knew he was going to take the hit. He knew where his route was, and he stood there and stepped up in the pocket and released and took the hit. And the wide receiver did a great job after getting held.
Love that for the junior wide receiver, 6'1", 170, Javier Napier. Just a beautiful throw by Matt Golich, and he just brought it down and kept the motor running. Brady Newsome here for the extra point. Great hold by Golich. That ball was on the ground. He got it up and spotted, and the kick is up and good. 14-all here at Jack Ryan Field with 7:07 to go. We've scored 28 points in 5 minutes. So we're
Is this an opening game? Is that what this is?
We may be in for a lot of scores is what I'm saying. Buckle up as you're watching here on YouTube. What a start for both teams. Both defenses, I think, are trying to figure out how do we slow down these offenses. One more time, go to a great look at this touchdown. I mean, Golich is getting hit, too. I mean, great pressure there from Trent Merrill, the star defender for Elyria Catholic, but gets the pass off just in time. And, I mean, it was on the money.
Now, I must say that's when you look at somebody like Zach Byer, so Zach had 97 receptions for 1,051 yards.
That's a good year.
So with a quarterback like this that can spread the ball around, I think our receivers might chase some of these records now.
I agree. Again, we're not used to Hartley throwing the ball very much in the last few years. Coach Melly mentioned that might be something you see a little bit more in the offense, a little bit more of balance. At least that's what they're hoping for. Again, it's sometimes hard to do when you have a guy like Robert Lathan in the backfield and you know you can hand it off to him and hopefully get 5-8 yards to carry. But if they can achieve that balance, it's just going to put defenses on edge all season long.
Well, it's one of those things where we even would say, hey, let's just take a knee because we want to pound the other team. Don't even return the ball.
Yeah.
We want to get the most yards possible because we're going to score on them, and we would do that on purpose.
Yeah. Brady Newsome with the kick. Bounces at the 10. That's not going out of bounds. That needs to be picked up, and it is picked up. Mikey Bates heading off to the right side, and now up the middle, and he's got room. One man to beat. Cannot. That is Camden Caldwell making the tackle before Brady Newsome was actually the last man to beat. But it's another good return for Bates as Elyria Catholic in good field position for their offense.
Yeah, and this is part of the early season. You got to get special teams under control. You're giving up a bunch of yards out the gate, and so you're shrinking the field for them. And I think, Matt, we have to look up to find out if that is the longest reception or what the record is for the longest reception from scrimmage.
It could be. I mean, hardly,
I thought I saw.
Could be.
I thought I saw one where Wooten threw to Pace, and it was 96 yards, like a quick little flip. So
it's a long history. So yeah.
And Wooten's a coach now.
Yeah,
Little
exactly.
Wooten.
Yeah, Randy Wooten.
Yeah, Little Wooten. He's a coach. He used to be the quarterback.
We have a delay of game penalty here as Robbie DeRay was looking toward the sideline trying to change the play and did not get the play snapped in time, so it'll be 1st and 15. Got to be impressed with the Elyria Catholic's offense so far. They've been throwing the ball really efficiently, a lot of single coverage, and their wide receivers are getting open.
And they're creating confusion. It's not that Hartley doesn't have the athletes on the outside. They're overthinking it, and so their feet just get caught up, and their eyeballs are moving around trying to figure out where do I go instead of just playing. Play like you did 7-on-7 against some of these big teams, Kaufman's, Westerville's, and they should be okay.
Yeah, and again, getting a little bit of pressure would be nice. And again, it looks like Robbie DeRay is just confused. So a timeout called by Elyria Catholic as they kind of figure out what they want to do here on 1st and 15. First time they've really been behind the stakes here. Yeah. Again, the Hartley defense losing a guy like Denham Cook who got so much pressure on the quarterback so often. He was such a focal point for the other teams to try to slow him down, and it allowed other guys. But now it's which one of these guys is going to step on the defensive line?
That's right. When you got 6'6", 240, running a 4.7, come screaming at you, you got to make a business decision.
You're going to double team him a lot.
So that kid's gone. Now you have, like you said, you got to figure out, okay, who's going to step up next man up?
Yep.
And that's why they call this Friday Night Lights. So once the lights come out, we get to see who has what. It's not Saturday scrimmage. It's not 7-on-7s with just helmets. This is full go rock'em sock'em football assignments, and we got to see who's the best on the east side of the ball.
Yeah, Coach Melly said defensive tackle Bryce Wells is someone he's looking at to make a difference. The transfer from Pickerington Central. First run play that I think we've seen at the quarterback has handed it off. I think that's Zion Castillo, their all-Lorain County running back who led the team in rushing last year, getting the carry, and it's only a carry for 3. Good pursuit here by the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. So the defensive end on the outside really squeezed down, held his ground, and I think that was the senior, Marcus Hempfield.
Yeah, he's already made a big play on offense and now a big play on defense. And now 2nd and 13. It's a handoff to Castillo again and heads to the right side. Stayed in bounds and picked up a couple extra yards, but still it's going to be 3rd and 6 or so. as the Hawks defense tries to get a big third down stop here.
And I think what Elyria Catholic's just trying to do is they're trying to get a few yards so they can get right back into their passing rhythm. And they're pretty good with that. Their passing rhythm has been, we could take a 3 or 4 yard pass and get 20 out of it.
Yeah.
So this is Hartley's challenge right now. You already know what they're going to do. They're going to come down here to the bottom and run some crossing routes, try to confuse Hartley's defense. It's just, can they pick up? It sounds easy for us up here.
Correct, yeah. 3-step drop. Get ready for that. Jay Zhang on the tackle for that last play. Really great pursuit there, getting Castillo. So now 3rd and 6. Fakes the handoff. He's going left, rolling. He's going deep. 2 men back there, and the pass almost intercepted. It goes through the hands of Shumpert first, though. For the Hawks defending that a lot better. That pass was not open by any means. 2 defenders against 1 receiver, and the pass falls to the ground.
Yeah, and Hartley really sunk in. They chipped on Zhang, but Zhang maintained and then just ran flat with the quarterback. And then when you can see that guy, it should have been a catch, but Hartley got lucky on that one.
Yeah. Should have been a catch, but also a little bit of the pressure from the defensive backs, I think, kind of rushed him and trying to catch that first with his helmet instead of his hand. So it's going to be 4th and 6. As of now, Elyria Catholic lining up to go for it. Again, they're at their own 49. So turning it over here would give the Hawks great field position. And it's going to be a timeout from the Hartley defense. So both coaches using timeouts in this quarter. And again, you expect this in the first game. Want to make sure you have everything right. A lot of confusion sometimes both ways. And I think in this case, Hartley maybe not expecting them to go for it here. And want to make sure they have the right defense out there.
Yeah, and I think that was a good timeout call because I think Elyria saw something that Hartley wasn't prepared for. So Hartley or Elyria had a wide receiver down here at the bottom, man on 4th down. So your defensive back slips or turns the wrong way. Not only is that a first down, but that's a possible touchdown because there was nobody on that side of the field. So they're screaming to get the safety over. So I'm really looking for Hartley to maybe run a 2 deep here, run a shell, and press because Elyria wants to sit down in the zone. So let's see how they adjust coming out of the huddle. But that's a lot of action going on that you have to explain to kids in that short amount of time that seems like 2 seconds when you have a timeout.
Yeah, especially in game 1. Also, I just want to remind people, this is the first game, and I keep calling Elyria Catholic the Eagles. I know they're the Panthers. I'm just not
You already have
out.
your mind on Watterson.
My gosh, what is happening?
You're already down to Watterson.
All right, so they lined up. It looks like it's going to be offense, but instead Robbie DeRay punts it in a good decision. This ball is bounding inside the 10, now inside the 5, and it's going to be a long field and a good decision by the Panthers there to punt that ball. Have a little dust up here at midfield. You know, players saying hello, nice to meet you. Good.
Well, the kids are standing at the 50, and they're kind of jawing back and forth.
Nothing bad.
And they're right at the Hartley sign, so where the T is the cross. So I do believe they exchanged some pleasantries.
Yeah.
And had some conversation about what's going to happen after communion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where the Holy Ghost went, and who the mother of Jesus is.
Yes.
And, but I don't think they use Jesus as somebody's example of a mother, but we'll leave it at that.
I just think they were just saying hello to each other. Nothing crazy there. Yeah. I mean, there was no pushing and shoving. It was just a little jawing back and forth. So, no harm, no foul.
These are great kids. They're competitors. Both sides want to win, and they do it a clean way. They're very well-organized, disciplined group of kids, as you can see with the score being 14-14.
All right, so the Hawks backed up against their end zone, 95 yards to go to pay dirt if they want to get there. 5:28 left in the first quarter. I know, yes, you're going to say it again. I'm just thinking let's get out of the own end zone here.
Okay.
But, let's one play at a time. Lathan is in the backfield, though.
It only takes one play.
Hemphill with motion, and they're going to go behind Hemphill. And there's big old number 70 as well, Jake Beatty, who you're going to follow him whenever he goes. But in this case, great pursuit by the Panthers, and Lathan losing 1 yard.
Yeah, and I think he's a better running back once you get him inside the box, right? Because he creates such a mismatch, Layton does. He has that speed and versatility and strength inside the box. But when you're trying to get him to the corner, which takes time to develop, that's an advantage for the defense because it gives them time to get there.
Yeah, Joey Schill, the great linebacker for Elyria Catholic, making that tackle. So the Panthers trying to get a big stop here, 2nd and 11. Might we see Matt Golich pass this time? He does have 3 wide, Hemphill at tight end, and here we go. He is back to pass. He's looking long. He better get rid of the ball. He's in the end zone, but he has tucked it. He's at the 5, to the 10, to the 15, 16, and he gets pushed out of bounds, but not before he grabs a first down. Hartley fans looking for a late hit. Looked like that was in bounds, but either way, great decision by Golich. He felt the pressure, and he got out of there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And this is what you call a professional, right? When you have a kid like this that has had time to develop in the program, he's patient. He didn't panic. His face is constantly downfield, even while he's running. Yeah. And he knows he's crossed the line of scrimmage already, but he's surveilling the field because there's going to be a next time when he has to release it. So he's taking that photographic memory for the next time, and he's going to really bomb it out on the right-hand side.
Yeah, great pressure by Elyria Catholic, making College have to speed up his thinking. But as you said, he's a senior quarterback, didn't speed up so much that he made a mistake. Instead, did the right thing, tucked that ball, and got the first down yardage.
That is their second timeout.
Play clock was running down, so they call timeout. Second timeout for the Hawks as the Hartley offense will have 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Impressive start so far. I think running and passing for the Hawks obviously had the turnover, but beyond that, they seem like they've been composed and seem very comfortable passing and running the ball.
Yeah, and the big part for me is I'm watching Keegan Beard, the center.
Yeah.
So now you're into shotgun, which is unfamiliar. And Hartley always had a short shotgun, not the traditional long shotgun. He's doing a fantastic job between snapping, and then you have to make all the calls up front, and you have to reach your guy and block at the same time with one arm because you have to snap with the other arm.
Yeah.
So he is doing a fantastic job tonight, and I'm going to keep an eye on him as he continues to move. And he's a wide body, and that's a compliment.
Yeah, no,
he's
absolutely.
a wide body, and that's what we like. We like those wide bodies that can suck up space and move another human being into a position they don't want to be in.
Yeah, I mean, this is, again, we've seen a lot of shotgun formation. Actually, we've only seen shotgun formation and a lot of wide formations, 2, 3, 4 wide at times. Haven't had any empty yet, but this time we have the pitch. This goes one pitch, and now the second pitch. This is now Jamari Stokes on the left side. Can he get by Shumpert? He can. And now he's going to the first down yardage, and he's got it. Great play there. The pitch first went to Lathan, who then pitched it back to Stokes, and that's a first down for the Hawks.
And I'll tell you what, even in that play by itself, the most impressive part is if you look at the end line of scrimmage, you have a wide receiver, number 4, I do believe it's Jonathan Cordy. Usually you'll get a clip right here. He had enough awareness to keep the guy in front of him instead of blocking him in the back, and then they call the play back. 99% of the time in high school football, on that play, there's a clip, and they call it back.
Yeah, no, really smart play there, and good job by Stokes, just using his speed, getting by Shumpert, and finding a way to get to that first down yardage. So 1st and 10 here, 4:25 left in this first quarter. It's 14-all, and this handoff goes to Lathan and just bouncing off of tackles. What should have been a 1-yard gain all of a sudden turned to a 6-yard gain, spinning off the tackle, and again, yards after contact is where he's going to make his hay.
And this is the physicality that we're talking about. So people think, okay, he's going to take the top off the defense constantly, but he can bring the boom, and that's that lower leg strength that he's developed all season long. He's out there like a sprinter and a power lifter all in one body.
Yeah, there are a couple guys that I think the Panther defense thought they had him wrapped up in his head. He just bounces right off of them and keeps going forward. Really nice job.
And I'm loving this battle that's happening on the trenches. Number 70, Jake Beatty, and the Elyria Catholic in there. They're rotating, but it is a battle.
And pre-snap penalty here for the Hawks. Looks like they jumped, and that'll back them up 5 on what was a 2nd and 4.
Number 70, 5-yard penalty.
And there's the announcer, Jinx. You give Jake Beatty some credit, and then unfortunately he's the one who jumps.
On
like
cue.
That.
That's usually how it is with announcers, right? They talk up a guy, and then all of a sudden
just like
the guy
that
does something, Yeah,
they had Ja'Kai Callaway in motion, and Beatty just jumping just a quick. Listen, he's a senior. He knows better, but again, these first games that happened. So 2nd and 9 now for the Hawks. They've been able to run the ball well, but this is that run-pass territory. You can go for a pass here, but maybe sometimes you just want to run it.
Well, and Beatty, I think Beatty was just demonstrating his fast twitch muscles
for
a big fella.
Lathan on the sideline for this play. It's a shotgun snap to Golish. He's looking right at Hemphill, who's wide open in the flats. And this is going to be a nice gain for the Hawks. May not be a first down. We'll see where they spot it. But nice job finding the open man and letting Hemphill work in space and get as much yardage as he can. And this is going to be a first down. Yeah, really nice job there. He started with the block and then went out to the flats.
And very patient on the quarterback, looking it off. And that's the thing. You're scanning the field to pull the defense one way, and then you know exactly where all the other pieces are set up. Versus a younger guy, he would stare down that receiver, and there's no action at all, right?
So really nice start for Matt Golich throwing the ball here. It's finding the open receiver, not making any silly throws. He had that really long, deep ball to Napier. That was good for the long touchdown. Now shotgun pass again. He's got pressure in his face, and he finds him. Oh, what a one-handed catch! Oh, man, using the entire frame. And that's good for another first down. Golich put it only where his guy could get it, and Hemphill went up and got it.
So my new favorite guy, I like the guys up front, but Golich, oh my goodness.
Oh, what a catch.
What a catch. And the ability to throw it off your back foot while heat is coming on you.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing the blitz, and you got to make a decision. I'm going to sit in it, throw off the back foot, and only where your guy can get it.
And that's the guy that was covering Hemphill, just decides to go all-out blitz on him. So Golich knew immediately, right when Hemphill goes up for the route, this guy's coming at me, and just what a perfect throw. 1st and 10 now at the 40. Another all-out blitz in his face. This one's tipped and incomplete as it falls to the ground. So Elyria Catholic clearly being aggressive, bringing the heat toward Golich.
Yeah, and you got to hold your block an extra second offensive line because they're running a screen play, and they let him through too quick. You got to hold him just a little bit longer so you can get the pass off.
That's interesting, though, because that screenplay was looking at going to the right, but Golich had to get rid of that ball quick, so he just threw it to Lathan. And, again, lucky that ball got tipped and fell to the ground. But, whew, the offensive line getting everything they can handle right now from this defense from the Panthers.
And that's one of the things that the Panther defense, that front four, is nasty and mean and big and fast.
It is.
So they're giving them a great challenge. As you can see, we're here in a 14-14 locked-up game going back and forth.
Well, let's see now if they decide to run the ball, try to slow down that pressure. Not this time. They are going to throw the ball once again. Golich can't find anyone down the field, so he decides to run it. He's got room to the left side, and he gets 9 yards. Nicely done by Golich. Senior again, using his feet and using his head, knowing not to make the silly throw downfield. If it's not there, go get the yardage.
And here's the thing about Golich when you see his that's the scramble. So he's going downfield, but he is an athletic kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big, thick, athletic kid. He almost reminds – I don't want to go too far. He almost reminds me of quarterback from Pittsburgh, Roethlisberger.
Oh, no.
Yes.
No.
He is a thick kid.
He is, but.
Smaller version.
Yes.
Smaller version. 6'2 version.
Okay, I'll give you that.
6'2 version.
All right, they spot him at the 32, so with 8-yard gain. 3rd and 2, Lathan in the backfield, and you got to think he's getting the ball, and he does, and he's got the easy 2 yards and much, much more. He'll barrel ahead for another 10 or so after that, and the Hawks in business just on the outside of the red zone. 1st down as Lathan gets ever closer to 100 yards rushing for the game.
And this is a great play because this one is just straight belly on belly. We're not pulling anybody. It's my man versus your man up front, and we're going to see who can do the best. And I love the way that Jake Beatty moved his feet that time, and they didn't hold. He moved his feet. He slid with his guy, number 70. He got beat to the outside, but he slid with his guy instead of grabbing. The tendency is to grab. But this guy's seasoned. He's done this before, and he's got a lot of playing time.
88 yards rushing now for Lathan, 102 yards away from breaking the all-time rushing record. He's got more yardage here off the left side and moving forward for another 10 or so, and the Hawks got the rushing attack going. Robert Lathan in the pink shoes powering ahead for another 11.
And this is the worst part for that running back, right? So you're busting through the first level, and you got Zhang with a nice block leading you through. Now you're ready to go to the next level, and then you get tripped up from behind.
Yeah, he had eyes on the end zone for sure.
Yeah, he was getting ready to put it in next gear.
That should give him 99 already. We are at 1:20 left in this first quarter. That has gone fairly slow because of all the scoring that's happening, but now a first long drive for an offense, and it is the Hawks who have made it into the 10-yard line. A lot of guys on the line. Golich this time just flat gifted off to Zhang, and Zhang barrels ahead off the catch to inside the 5-yard line. First catch for the multi-talented, multifaceted senior Jay Zhang.
Now, I know you don't like my comparisons, so I'm going to do it again.
Who this time?
Old school Dick Butkus.
Okay. I'll give you that one.
Old school Dick Butkus,
He's
right?
got the 45 is the right number about too.
Yeah, he's about there, right?
Yeah.
With the 40, but the running, the stride, the meanness, the nastiness, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, do I really want to tackle this grizzly bear coming at me? And he's a wrestler.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely a wrestler. Really good wrestler.
World-class wrestler.
That's right. Made to states and everything. We're inside of 22 now on the game clock, 4 on the play clock. This play is being stopped. And it's got a timeout from the defense of the Panthers. So that will be their second timeout. Both teams now only have one as the Hawks knocking on the door of the end zone.
And that was a good timeout. They were outmaneuvered on that side. Hartley had a good scheme in. So they had one extra person on that side, and the coach saw it, so they called a timeout on it. And that's great communications from them up top.
Another look at the runs here by Lathan. I mean, he's getting great blocking on these last two runs especially. I mean, look at the holes he has, and look at the offensive lineman upfield. I mean, that's Terry upfield. I mean, he's not getting touched until 5 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and then once again, you got the center over there snapping the ball, Keegan Beard, but he's sticking with his guy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, look at Dick Butkus. Look at
That's
this.
right.
I'm telling you, and he's taking on 3 guys, right?
And I'm going to give some credit to 51, Jay Zhang's brother, Joe Zhang, who was another lead blocker on that other Lathan run. So the Hartley offensive line seemingly catching their stride here after, on those passing plays, kind of letting the blitz get through them. But on the running plays, they're getting a lot more solid, and Lathan the beneficiary of that.
Yeah, and Hartley came out with the shotgun and all the window dressing and wanted to get cute, ran a little reverse here and there. But the best part about their offense so far has been the DNA that goes all the way back to Dick Geyer, all the way back to Jack Ryan, all the way back to Birchfield. Run the ball, my man against your man, and we're coming straight at you.
Yeah,
we're not doing anything funny. We're not doing anything cute. We're coming straight at you and see if you can stop us.
Inside the tackle, so you're seeing that. So you got Jay Zhang, the fullback, right there. We're going to put Galich under center. The pitch goes to Lathan. He is going to go outside the tackle this time, and he is going to push his way inside the pylon and past it and line for the touchdown. Lathan's second of the game. 4 more yards added to his tally. He's over 100 yards, in the Hawks in the end zone to go up 20-14.
And that's a quintessential Hartley move again. This is going to the short side. This is the playbook from Birchfield. Let's throw everybody into the boundary and let him pick his way along the sideline and go. We'll have bodies in. And we almost want to call that the Hartley student body to the sideline,
That's right.
Regardless of who the coach is, tradition doesn't graduate. We are going to come after you.
Yeah, student body right there. Just follow your man, Jay Zhang. The fullback, always good to make a block. And Lathan doing it all right. So with 15 seconds left, we have not kicked the extra point yet. And we have a player from Elyria Catholic on the ground. Can't quite make out the number. We'll take a quick break here. You're listening to Hartley Football on Yamo Media. Tonight we celebrate not just what we achieved, but what we are still looking to do, which is, of course, grow and be great stewards of this fantastic school.
Here at Bishop Hartley, we get the privilege of watching amazing things grow out of the rich educational soil created and maintained by our immensely talented and dedicated faculty and staff.
We have so many servant leaders, many of whom are in this room tonight, in place to ensure that our diplomas are way more than just transactional documents. They're signs of accomplishments, and they carry a charge to soar to new heights and to go change the world.
God of abundance, we praise and bless your holy name. We thank you for the gift of Jesus Christ, your Son, and for the gift of the Holy Spirit. We thank you for the gift of our lives and for bringing us here safely. And today in particular, we thank you for the wonderful fruit that Bishop Hartley High School has produced over the years.
Elyria Catholic Panther defender in the right side of the end zone here, just after a touchdown, being looked after by the trainers. Not going to speculate on what happened there, but this is right after, again, a Bishop Hartley touchdown. That's a Hawks lead 20-14 with 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Just saw Nice little piece there on the Evening of Excellence. Great event here at Bishop Hartley. Silent auction fundraiser to help fund scholarships for the students here to make sure they can get a great quality Catholic education. And always great to see the money raised in the spirit of that event, as whether it's alums or just friends of the Hartley community coming together, all in celebration of this fantastic school. And you can see next year's already. Yes, that's right. Mark your calendars, because I know we all are doing it. Saturday, April 11th, 2026, the 35th annual Evening of Excellence right here at Bishop Hartley. They do such a great job putting that event together. You walk into the gymnasium, and Dick Geyer Gymnasium just looks like a ballroom. They do such a great job. Shout out to Page Tech Limited and everyone that really makes that event go.
And the old coach would have never guessed that you walk into his gym and it looks like a ballroom,
Yeah.
right? And you can just see Coach Geyer and like, what the hell is this? What's going on, right? And the most that gym has ever looked like was after football games when you used to have a dance.
Yeah, it's such a fun event. I was able to MC it again. You see just all the Hartley friends and family. You see Principal Chris Kowalski there, and it's always nice to get to honor someone from the Hartley community that has done such great work, helping the school, volunteering for the school this year. It's the Strapp family, Gary and Linda Strapp, who've done such great work. I mean, they normally run the bar at the event, and this year they actually took a year off so they could be honored. I was like, thank you. Let us honor you for once, instead of always giving your time. So
did you give a toast with the honor?
We did give a toast. We had to.
go.
Yeah, absolutely. They deserved every bit of it, and they've had.
And it's great to see people that want to give back.
Absolutely, yeah.
Without receiving anything in return, right?
Yep.
And that's the best feeling in the whole wide world, when you can just give things to people and see them happy.
And it's nice because both of them graduated from here. It's a Hartley love story, which you love. Those.
So how many
Hartley
people,
hearts, as we say.
Well, you got to think how many Hartley hearts are out there, right?
I mean, there's a lot of them.
So many.
Yeah.
Because we've been to weddings.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We've been to weddings, guys that we've played with, guys that we grew up with, and you've seen them dating since they were in 10th grade, 9th grade. Some of them 7th and 8th grade, and you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
To see this thing all the way through.
There's more than a few in my class alone, and then there are a couple in my class that they met someone either younger or even older in their class, and they've come together and gotten married later. So
yeah.
It's been amazing. I always love it because it makes the class reunions that much more fun.
It really does. And for me, the Hartley heart story that I love the best is Tom and Lori Shalicki.
Ah, yeah.
So the Shalickis are amazing friends of ours, and it's funny because Tom would often tease me, and it was like you went to homecoming or you went to prom with my sister-in-law. Why couldn't you be my brother-in-law?
Yeah.
And I said, well, things just didn't work out that way, but it's okay. It's okay. Not everybody works out that way. But we're all really great friends. They get along well with my family. We see each other occasionally. We both live in the same side of town.
Oh, nice.
So his kid just won a state championship in Division I baseball.
Oh, wow.
This past spring.
Very nice.
So it's the Hartley love story that continues to go on,
It
right?
truly is. Yeah, I absolutely love that. And I'm sure there'll be many more that come through these hallways.
Absolutely.
As the years go on.
And it's a great place because you're meeting people who have the same value and faith, and that's the connector, right?
Yep.
We might be Browns fans or Bengals fans or Pittsburgh fans, but our uniting bond is this faith that we all carry around, and it's a faith-based organization, obviously, but that's kind of what bonds us to it too. So
Absolutely.
And speaking of, you're sitting on a year of beautiful marriage here. So
that is, yes.
You're on 1 year, and I'm sitting on 23 years. So hey, you remind me of the days back now. Come on, tell us, Matt. How is it that first year? Give us some memories so I can go home and tell my wife.
Right,
hey, I
exactly.
remember this stuff, right?
You know how it is. You're learning everything for the first time. You're going through the holidays the first time with a married couple. You're
man,
the
that's
first
the
anniversary, all this stuff. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Learning, and obviously I've had great examples from many of my friends, my parents, her parents, and so many others of how it's done, how you do it, how you make everything work. And so just learning from the best and experiencing it myself. It's been a lot of fun.
Now you're putting a lot of pressure on me.
Oh, how?
Okay, because I'm 23 into it, 23 the life term. That's what I tell everybody, right? So I'm 23 into it, and my wife is like, oh, for Christmas, we should do the matching pajama thing. And I'm like, I'll leave that to Matt. That's what Matt does, okay? The young couples, they do that stuff. But you know, we got to keep the excitement going. So you know,
do whatever it takes. Exactly, whatever it takes.
Yeah, and it's always yes, dear, you're right. I'm sorry. So
yes, exactly. Happy wife, happy life. Right.
It's one of those, right?
Yeah.
And but I'm really proud of you guys, the younger generation of Hawks, going out there finding your way, leaving the nest and creating your own new nest. That's important, and it replenishes a lot of what this thing is.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks.
And then you have an amazing athletic director that just walks by. Come on, Matt. He's one of the best in the game.
Why are you sucking up so much? You're not getting paid for this.
No, he gave me a free bottle of water.
He did.
Nice and cool.
He did.
Keeping me cool over here, so you got to be appreciative, right?
I will give you that.
I think it's holy water, so that's why.
That's right, yeah.
Sponsored by 7-Up at Bishop Hartley High School.
Thank you to 7-Up for providing the beverages here.
And you have quite the lineup there, Matt. You've got the RC Cola, you've got the Core Water Hydration, and you got the 7-Up.
I've only opened the RC Cola because I need a little caffeine, but we made it. Yeah. Just to give you a quick update, we are still awaiting, as there is a Elyria Catholic Panther that is still on now they've moved him a little bit out of the end zone, but he is still being tended to by the trainers. And as we wait for him to make his way, looks like he's going to be taken off on a stretcher here. Again, can't speculate anything, but as we wait for that, we will take you to a break, and we'll be right back here on Yama Media.
Hi, I'm Doug Ute, Executive Director of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. For more than 115 years, the OHSAA has promoted school sports as an important part of the student's educational experience. Interscholastic athletics teach participants lifelong lessons of hard work, teamwork, and self-discipline, along with sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity. One thing the pandemic has taught us is that being on a team with our friends is more important than ever before. So as you continue your journey in athletics, remember the importance of also working hard in the classroom. Always give your best, never give up, and have fun while you're doing it. As an Ohio native and former athlete who learned these same lessons myself, I encourage our young people to focus on your academics so that you can continue the privilege of participating on your team. After all, the lessons that school sports teach us today will prepare you for the wins and losses in life tomorrow. Education is the key to life's successes.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Ohio, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Ohio. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the OHSAA and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 350,000 participants here in Ohio who take part in high school sports.
Hi, I'm Doug Ute, Executive Director of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. For more than 115 years, the OHSAA has promoted school sports as an important part of the student's educational experience. Interscholastic athletics teach participants lifelong lessons of hard work, teamwork, and self-discipline, along with sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity. One thing the pandemic has taught us is that being on a team with our friends is more important than ever before. So as you continue your journey in athletics, remember the importance of also working hard in the classroom. Always give your best, never give up, and have fun while you're doing it. As an Ohio native and former athlete who learned these same lessons myself, I encourage our young people to focus on your academics so that you can continue the privilege of participating on your team. After all, the lessons that school sports teach us today will prepare you for the wins and losses in life tomorrow. Education is the key to life's successes.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Ohio. Because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Ohio. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the OHSAA and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 350,000 participants here in Ohio who take part in high school sports.
Hi, I'm Doug Ute, Executive Director of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. For more than 115 years, the OHSAA has promoted school sports as an important part of the student's educational experience. Interscholastic athletics teach participants lifelong lessons of hard work, teamwork, and self-discipline, along with sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity. One thing the pandemic has taught us is that being on a team with our friends is more important than.
And we're back here at Jack Ryan Field, and as you can see, this is number 43, Gavin Smith of Elyria Catholic, the defender who, on that touchdown play from the Hawks, went up and then came back down and has kind of been on the ground for the last 10 minutes or so. And as you see, he's getting wheeled to an ambulance that is waiting for him out at the Bishop Hartley parking lot. Both teams took a knee during that time in solidarity as they waited for him to get loaded onto that stretcher. And I'm sure this is going to be tough for Elyria Catholic to try to kind of get the energy back and try to get back into this game as you see one of your teammates taken off in a stretcher and you're so far away from home and things like that. But
and it looks tough, Matt.
It is. It's a tough thing to watch for a high school. You're a high school kid.
And, for the folks who are back home in Elyria Catholic watching this, just so you know the severity. If it were real bad, they would pull the ambulance onto the field and not move him.
Yeah, and again, what you didn't see is that both teams took a knee. They were nearby. You can kind of look for number 43. You can see him kind of running toward the pylon here.
Down at the goal line.
Robert Lathan goes into him. And, it takes a pretty good lick there.
Yeah, it looks like he got hit in the chest, which is good. Looks like he got hit in the chest, knocked the wind out of him, and he tries to get back up. And that indication could be a broken sternum, something like that, where that's we'll take something like that all day long. As long as the ambulance doesn't come onto the field, and they're being very cautious, and just kind of moving them out, and you could kind of see the EMS didn't have that sense of dire urgency. So the folks who are back at Elyria Catholic, I believe the young man should be okay. Should be a good recovery for him. I'm praying it is.
Exactly. He's in our thoughts and prayers as he heads off to one of the area hospitals here, being really good care. Again, you're seeing both teams now getting the opportunity to warm back up after about a 15-minute delay there. And this, again, right after a touchdown, 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. So,
and they didn't kick the extra point.
Not kick the extra point yet. It's 20-14 Hawks. So obviously what I think they'll do here is after this warm-up, kick the extra point. It'll be a short first quarter break. They'll need to do a long one. We'll just flip the field and get going.
Does this cut the halftime?
Probably won't. No. You can't. I don't think you can do that, especially when it's this warm out here. You got to give them that full 20-minute break. But again, I think right now the biggest thing is just trying to get both teams back in football mode.
Mentally.
There's that real life mode. You see someone, a teenager on the ground, you're worried about him as long as he was on the ground and being taken off in an ambulance. Now mentally getting back into what is a very competitive football game between very good teams here.
Yeah, and that's a guy that is leading his defense as well.
Correct.
So you're losing that leadership voice, and somebody has to fill the void on their team that will come in. So it messes up your culture a little bit.
Yeah.
That you have that cohesion with the guy that's calling all the plays or a guy that's highly instrumental in making a lot of plays for you.
Absolutely.
But that goes to speak to Robert Layton. Like I said before, he's slimmed down his physique, but he's still 210 pounds.
Yeah.
And he has this habit of, upon impact, he lowers his body and explodes, right? Literally, he just does like a thrust squat through the defender.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that he's done well.
So again, just to reset for you, it's 20-14 Hawks, as you can see on the scoreboard there. There's 15 seconds left in the first quarter. We just are finishing up after about a 15-minute delay where Gavin Smith, the junior linebacker for Elyria Catholic, got injured on the play. It was taken off on a stretcher to an ambulance, seemingly heading off to a local hospital. Both teams get the opportunity to warm up here as they kind of restart this game again with the extra point after what was a 4-yard touchdown run from Robert Lathan, his second of the game. The Hawks also scoring on a long touchdown pass. Elyria Catholic scoring on a touchdown pass from Robert Duray to Benjamin Essenmacher had one, and then Dominic Worthy had the other. Or not Dominic Worthy, excuse me. That was Donovan Shumpert with the other. And those are your 5 scores in this game here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and the thing about Robert is, let's see.
I have him at 103 yards right now, so that leaves him at 87 short.
103 yards, and I do believe the record for touchdowns is Noah Key with 42.
Okay.
42 touchdowns for a career, and it's always nice to see when a kid outdoes his dad. And his dad, David Key, went to Michigan, and he had 21 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So it's good to see when the son outdoes the dad, and
Absolutely.
now the son has some talking. Now the son can't say I played for Michigan and I played for the Patriots, but he can say Pops.
That's right.
I doubled up on you.
Yep.
I doubled up on you.
I got that on you.
And speaking of David Key, have you seen him lately?
Yeah. Oh, I've seen him on the pictures on social media, yeah.
He's going back into bodybuilding.
I did notice that,
and he's getting into competition.
Yep.
But the guy's muscles has muscles.
Yeah, he always has.
Always.
Yeah.
He walked out in 5th grade had muscles like that, right? And so I always tease him and say, when people work out, they got that little pooch right by their belly button.
Yeah.
His belly button has muscles.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Key Body. If you want to get in shape, go to Key Body.
Key Body and Fitness.
David will get you right.
That's right. All right, let's get this started again as we have the extra point lined up. The kick is up and good from Brady Newsome. And again, it is 21-14 Hawks as this game has restarted. At the end of the quarter break, we'll hear from Hartley student Christian King giving an update on what it's like down on the sideline as the Hawks take a 21-14 lead. As we approach the end of the first quarter, it's been a very eventful and entertaining first quarter with the action we've seen on the field, obviously with that long delay kind of souring the mood a little bit here, obviously, as we all were worried about what happened with Gavin Smith there and hope he'll be okay. But, Christian, you've been down there. There's been a lot of action on the field, clearly. And obviously that moment, too, where, the teams came together and took a knee as they waited for that injury. But what you're seeing down there, what's the mood like on the Hartley sideline as, obviously, they've gotten plenty of energy from what they've seen on offense and defense so far?
The energy I'm seeing is very good. It's a lot of high energy, high energetic guys, everybody together, team leadership, everybody communicating. With the new coaching, with Coach Matt Melly being the new coach, he wants everybody to be a part of it, everybody to feel together and things like that. So I like how Hartley has started fast with 21 points ending the first quarter, going to the second quarter, and I like it. I like this.
Considering they kind of got, for lack of a better term, punched in the mouth a little bit, obviously. They got Elyria Catholic scored, and then on the turnover made it 14-7. Did you see them getting down on themselves, or was it all staying positive as they tried to get back into this game?
It was a couple of times them, chit-chattering, but it was all positive leadership. Always, all right, hey, I'm going to get on you for this because you ain't do it right, but, hey, let's keep going. Let's keep moving on.
Like to see that. Mikey Bates with the kickoff return. He's had 2 good kickoff returns. This one not as good, but it's still not bad. 31-yard line is where Elyria Catholic will start. Nice tackle there by Roderick Gates, who chased him down on the kickoff return. So it's 7.1 seconds to go. Elyria Catholic will start this play on what will be the final play of the first quarter. We knew this would be Coach Melly's first game, obviously coaching for the Hawks. We've seen 2 timeouts from both teams. I think both teams are a little nervous. You've seen some of the nerves down there. Again, it's the first game for both teams with the new head coach and everything for the Hawks.
Yeah, I agree. It's normal to have to have a lot of nerves being the first time being a head coach of a new program, new school. Like, even though he was assistant coach last year, taking over a head coaching job after somebody who was there for 20+ years, it's a lot of going on. And plus, you have a huge crew of seniors and a bunch of good crew. But I feel like the way Coach Matt Millie and the rest of the coaching staff have been doing, I feel like they've been doing really good.
Yep. Zion Castillo with the carry for Elyria Catholic, 3-yard gain, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. We'll flip the field, and we'll be right back here as you're listening to Hartley Hawk football, week 1 of the high school football season.
Hi, I'm Doug Ute, Executive Director of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. For more than 115 years, the OHSAA has promoted school sports as an important part of the student's educational experience. Interscholastic athletics teach participants lifelong lessons of hard work, teamwork, and self-discipline, along with sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity. One thing the pandemic has taught us is that being on a team with our friends is more important than ever before. So as you continue your journey in athletics, remember the importance of also working hard in the classroom. Always give your best, never give up, and have fun while you're doing it. As an Ohio native and former athlete who learned these same lessons myself, I encourage our young people to focus on your academics so that you can continue the privilege of participating on your team. After all, the lessons that school sports teach us today will prepare you for the wins and losses in life tomorrow. Education is the key to life's successes.
Action here as Elyria Catholic has the ball at their own 33-yard line, 2nd and 7. That's the Hawks lead 21-14 in this very entertaining Week 1 matchup. That's Robbie DeRay with the handoff to Zion Castillo. He plunges ahead for 3 more yards, and that'll be 3rd and 4. With games like this, we know it's hot on the field. Does it feel any hotter on the field than it does up here now as you've been down there? Because we saw the cramp earlier. We know how it is with athletes, high school athletes especially, not always getting that hydration right.
Yeah.
Were you worried about that on this field? Because I know that turf can get hot.
It's definitely hot down there. But I feel like they're doing really good keeping the players hydrated. They have a bunch of water boys making sure that everybody is hydrated, not just certain players, but making sure everybody's hydrated and everybody's ready to go.
Yeah, it's nice to see the sun go away too now. Hopefully it's a little cooler out there for sure.
For sure.
All right, we got 3rd and 4 now. DeRay was under center. Now he backs up, and that'll be 4 wide. Castillo still in the backfield. There's a lot of movement there, and I think, they got the timeout before that snap, which would have been either a false start or an illegal formation. So that's their final timeout of this half. What are you looking for here in this second quarter? What do you want to see from the Hawks? Being a team, not so much a teammate, but a classmate of some of these guys, what do you want to see from them as they approach the second quarter?
What I want to see for them is I love the fast start. I want them to keep pushing the pedal and keep on with the fast start and not let up. Because, as you can say, Elyria Catholic is not going away no time soon. So as long as they keep the fast pressure and keep on pressing with them, they should be good.
Yeah, Coach Miller was telling me, even in last year's game, Hartley won 48-28, and he said, listen, they were a sound team. They wouldn't beat themselves, and they kept fighting back. Hartley was up by a lot, and they just kept trying to punch back. So he expected them to put up a good fight, and they're doing exactly that. Christian, we'll let you head back to the sideline. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. That's Christian King helping us out on the sidelines. We'll see him back in the second half with a little bit more analysis.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. 3rd and 4 now. And yet again, that's Robbie DeRay heading back to the shotgun. And it'll be 4 wide for the Panthers on a critical 3rd down here, down 7. They need a play, and it's going to be a pass to the flats to Castillo. He's being hit behind the backfield, and he will not get even to the line of scrimmage. That is a loss of 2. Great job by the Hartley defense. Wonderful pursuit by 2 or 3 Hawks defenders, making sure he didn't get the first down yardage.
And I think that was Bryce Wells playing solid defense. He read the play, came screaming in, and is right there in the back disrupting. Nope, that's number 9. I thought it was 8. That would be Gates, Roderick Gates.
Yep.
Came screaming in, saw the play, read it.
And we just had a late flag come from the line judge, and that sounds like it's likely going to be on the head coach for maybe a little bit of talking because there was no play happening on the field.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 10. 15-yard penalty.
I take that back. That's Benjamin Essenmacher, and you hate to see that when a player is doing a little bit of the yapping there. And
that's part of when you lose a teammate, you get out of your character.
Yep.
And these kind of things happen, right? So they start unfolding. And speaking of yapping, I think Chris King.
Yeah.
I think he's the next Matt Barnes.
Hey, listen.
NBC4 in about 5-10 years. He's going to be up there with you.
First time I started doing this was right here at Hartley. I was calling the baseball games just by myself up there. So absolutely, you get this little experience, get a little taste.
I mean, the kid was
from there. Smooth, real smooth. Yeah,
smooth as butter.
Well, he's an athlete himself, so he knows sports, which I appreciate. Robbie DeRay punting it. This is not a great punt. It's high up in the air, but not very long. Hawks trying to get away from it. This ball hits the ground and kind of dies. Now taking a Hartley hop, and it'll be very good field position for the Hawks around the Panther 35. On what was a very short punt for DeRay as the Hawks defense stands tall, and now the offense can get back on the field. They've been cooking the last 2 drives.
So you want to see, can Hartley take advantage of this, right? Because Elyria Catholic has, for all intents and purposes, mentally fallen back a little bit. So can they regather themselves? And then they punt the ball, and it doesn't even go beyond the first down stakes. So a bad thing becomes compounding. And now can Hartley take advantage of it and pound the ball a little bit and wear them down, or is Hartley going to go for the quick strike and go for the jugular and try to really press this thing and get them out of their game plan?
Well, what we saw in that last drive is they really got the run game going. And so you see again, you got Zhang in the fullback position, Lathan back there with the pink shoes, running back, and he gets the rock and he gets hit hard. Nice job initially, but he bounces off that tackle and away he goes. This is going to be a 36-yard touchdown for Robert Lathan. What should have been a 1-yard gain turns into another touchdown, and just like that, he gets even closer to that all-time rushing career lead with a 36-yard run.
Did we just see what we thought we saw?
We did.
Okay, so this is the part that I said he is tough on the inside run, right, between tackles. This is a Big Ten type of running back right here. He'll take the punishment in the middle, and then he'll bounce, but this is where his game changed. He can take the top off. Last year, he would be tackled right there. He can take the top off. He has a different gear now.
Yeah.
All right, so this is what you call an ACC back. This is a Big Ten back. This is a kid that can go to Northwestern, that can go to Minnesota, that can go to maybe, let's push a Wisconsin with Luke Fickell.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we'll see. What I do know is that Joey Schill, the leading tackle for Elyria Catholic, thought he had him, and then he didn't have him.
No.
And just like that with the touchdown.
And what I liked was everybody stayed within their frame up front. The 5 guys up front said, hey, look, this is my dog. I am going to stick with my assignment, and I'm going to block who I need to block to spring my guy, right? So those guys up front is where it starts, and they are getting physical in the trenches, and they're getting nasty in the trenches. And I think I even saw one of the defenders' helmets slide sideways a little bit with their nose sticking out the ear hole side.
It may have 139 yards unofficially for Robert Lathan. That's by my quick math. And remember, I'm a broadcast journalist, so math is not my specialty. But, you know, I can put 2 and 2 together. We'll see what happens if I got close to the number. But it is 28-14 after that extra point by Brady Newsome, as the Hawks now have ballooned this lead to 2 scores. You got to like what the defense did on that last play, getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
And they're reading their keys. So now you got the defense a little bit looser. They're playing. They're reading their keys and reacting rather than waiting and reacting, right?
Yep.
So now we have to see, can Elyria Catholic get back into this? Are they going to go outside of their game plan? Or are they going to stick with their game plan, ride the horse that got you here, and fight your way back into this thing? Because there's lots of football left.
Yeah, in fact, there's 10:03 left to go as this kick is a short one from Brady Newsome, going to be returned by Kylan Connors and then given to Mikey Bates. And Bates with no real room to go. There's a flag. Nope, that's not a flag. Excuse me. That is the change of possession because that ball was put on the ground. But Bates will keep it and Elyria Catholic will keep it. And they will start at around their own 27.
And this looks like a little bit of Turkey Bowl action. So I get the ball and whoop, whoop, whoop. Let me pitch it to you. All right, there we go. And that's dangerous because you're already got your back against the wall as Elyria Catholic. So you don't want to turn over on a kickoff like this.
The Panther ball, offense going to start at their own 27-yard line, down 28-14 with 9:53 to go. 1st and 10. Panthers scored in their first 2 offensive possessions but have been shut out since then. Again, we did have a long 15-minute delay as one of the Panther players, number 43, Gavin Smith, was taken off in the ambulance after an injury. Panthers now trying to rebound and respond here. This is a handoff on the end around to Donovan Shumpert, and nowhere really to go. 1-yard gain. Nice job by the Hawks, not being too fooled by that end around.
Yeah, and it's a good offensive play because what you're trying to do is you're trying to get outside, create lanes, and then a running back plants that outside leg and cuts straight up like a cannonball but there was nowhere to go. Defense played solid. They played assignment football.
Bit of hurry-up offense now as the Panthers down 2 scores try to maybe catch the Hawks defense off guard, get them a little bit confused. So 3 wideouts, right now. Got a fullback and a running back. Castillo on the side of DeRay. He does not pitch. He fakes the pitch. That ball actually went to Castillo on the handoff, quick handoff, and a good play there as he bounces ahead for 8 yards. It'll be 3rd and short for the Panthers, who are trying to get something going on offense. But we do have a flag on the play.
And I don't know if the running back got scraped with a face mask when he was trying to make the play.
Defense. 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
And as you heard right there, that results in a first down as they add the 5 yards of penalty yardage.
And that's that incidental one where you're getting blocked and you reach out to tackle the guy and your hand scrapes his face. So you didn't hold on. When you get in trouble is when you hold on and you try to yank him down.
And that's that 15-yard variety. So now 1st and 10 for the Panthers at their own 42 as we're inside of 9 minutes here in this second quarter. DeRay back to pass. He's getting a little bit of heat. He's going backward. He's just going to throw this one away. It barely got out of bounds, though. It looked like it was going too easily, and then it kind of floated in the air, almost intercepted and also almost caught by Zakar Terry. In the end, it just falls harmless to the ground, and it'll be 2nd and 10 after the incompletion.
And this is where Hartley has made the adjustments. They spoke to their kids, coached them up on the sideline, and you got Stokes, number 5, that's down here at the corner. This time, he jams his guy and releases him to the next level. Safety comes over top, and now he can't get him. Quarterback has to scramble and throw it short, and he almost gets the pick.
Absolutely. A nice pressure as well from the Hartley D-line, something they weren't really getting in the first half, and now DeRay got to make quicker decisions. So, again, same formation, 3 wide. This one's a quick handoff to Castillo, and he's got some pop on this one. Nice blocking around the left side. Good blocking as well by the wide receiver, and that should be enough for a first down. And Castillo proving why he was an all-county running back last year. Led the team in rushing. He picks up 10 there.
And they're picking up on Hartley's defense, so when Hartley runs that shell, they're able to come around and run to the outside. And they've tried up in the middle a couple times, and it's not worked, so they're really getting that edge. So Hartley really has to get on that edge and hold that edge and contain a little bit more.
And pardon me, there's going to be an 8-yard gain. They say he stepped out around the midfield line, so it will be 3rd and 2. Got to think this is 4-down territory for the Panthers, considering where they are right now as they kind of bunch it up here, big personnel, and got to think this is going to be a run play. DeRay under center, hands it off to Castillo. He's a small guy, but he can push, and he does push. I don't know if it's enough for the first down, though. No, looks like they spotted him short, just a 1-yard gain as the Hawks.
This old school full house.
Yeah, 4 or 5 D linemen, but the linebackers come in and really stop this one, too. Yeah, look at that. I think that's Jay Zhang putting his head in there, not letting him move forward.
Yeah, you seldom see this in modern-day football. You got old school full house. You got 2 backs leading, and it's just man-on-man in there, and everybody has to play assignment football and stay low.
4th and 1, here's the play. The handoff does not go to Castillo, goes to the bigger back, and I don't think he got there. Yeah, the near side line just says absolutely not. Far side, I think, might have given it to him, but no, he said his knee was down short, and that'll be a 4th down stop for the Hartley defense.
Lots of penetration down here, number 51, Zhang, and then the whole crew comes. Number 70, Beatty's in. And we're getting some good push up front. So,
and that is a good spot.
The other Zhang comes at the back, right? 45.
Yeah, that's a great spot by the line. He saw him kind of roll over Jay Zhang and hit his knee, and that ball did not get to the 48. It fell short at the 49. Give you one more look at it here. Watch his right, or his elbow, I should say, I think is where it hits. That elbow hits there, and that ball's got to get to the 49, and it's not even close.
No.
Needs to get to the top of the L there.
That's a great shot by the camera crew.
Yeah, great camera work there. So Hartley gets the big stop. They now have great field position and a chance to make this a 3-score game. Lathan in the backfield, and he gets the rock. And look at the blocking. He's got nothing but room in front of him. Here is another 51 yards for Robert Lathan. And this credit goes all to the offensive line because he had nothing but green grass in front of him.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the part that I keep telling people about. His explosion, the ability to take the top off. And we're getting close, Matt. What's our numbers?
I got it at 180. We're not there yet, but we're close. But, I mean, look at this. Look at the block. Is that Beatty? I think that's Jake Beatty coming from his right guard spot over.
And most importantly, when you have the wide receivers are blocking in the play too. So here at Hartley, if you don't block, you don't get the rock. That right there shows you that wide receivers are into it.
Yeah, that's your perfect example, though, of why, as good as Robert Lathan is, he's only as good as that O-line wants to block for him.
Absolutely.
And that one made it, I'm not going to say I could have run through that hole, but back in your heyday, you could have run through that hole and scored a touchdown.
Matt, I think we both could have run through that hole simultaneously.
Yeah.
Okay, giving high fives on the way to the end zone. But that's great blocking up front. But this is the part. It's the ability to take the top off. Not only is he out in the open field, but he's pulling away.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm telling you, the last time I saw something like this, the great Aaron Purdue.
He was really good. I was here a lot of times coming over from my house to watch him and Andy Groom and those teams win a lot of games under Dick Geyer. And how many times you just have to hand it off to Aaron and let him work?
Yep.
Let him cook.
And so the ability for a kid to come in here and solidify his own legacy, and he's done it different ways. And his body, Aaron's always been a scat back, quick, strong. But this kid has come from a freshman, kind of gangly, to a sophomore filling out, to a junior getting thick and banging in there. And now he went into the shop and said, hey, look, I want a whole redo on my body, and I'm going to go all in. I want to take the top off the defense, but maintain my strength to where I can run somebody over in the open field.
Well, it's working right now. He's looked really good, and he's approaching that all-time career rushing record for the Bishop Hartley Hawks. The short kick from Newsom, who did make the extra point, so it is 35-14, and this is going to be a very nice return by number 17 for the Panthers. Finally pushed out by Odin Mertz, but that's Zakar Terry, the sophomore, 6'3". Panther all the way inside. Looks like they're going to spot him at the 17. So that is a touchdown-saving tackle. But, boy, what a return on what with a short kickoff. And, again, the special teams has been a little shaky for the Hawks on these kickoff returns. Again, this is something that every team, I feel like, in high school football had the trouble with in week one. The special teams, while they can be a focus in the practices, it's just hard to get that emotion up and excitement up for sometimes the players. And as of right now,
and it's hard to simulate that kickoff.
Yeah, it's just the real time, right?
Yeah, in real time, simulating kickoff is difficult. But the special teams coordinator has to pick up his game here.
Yeah.
There's no excuse for this. So you're kicking it long, they return it. You kick it short, they return it.
Yeah.
I don't know what you got left to do, right?
There's work to be done, and practices will be, I'm sure, a little bit tougher on special teams come week 2. They hand off to Castillo, and he's got nowhere to go. It's Jay Zhang in there, but also Bryce Wells, the transfer. He's the one who got the first bit of penetration, really blow that play up.
And when you have penetration like this from Wells coming off the edge, it just creates confusion. The back has to cut a different way to the side that they're not blocking. It just causes havoc, and that's what you want out of a defense. You want your defensive linemen to be out there running around like some wild dogs. If you're going to make a mistake, make it 100 miles an hour, and that's what they're doing now. They're not thinking anymore. They're out there playing.
Lost at 2 there, so it'll be 2nd and 12. Demir Frazier also nicely in. Nice play there as he's in on that tackle. Under 7 minutes here, 6:55 and counting as the Panthers trying to cut into this 21-point lead for the Hawks. Fake handoff, and this is wide open. Pass from DeRay to the number 9, Trent Merrill, and he drops it. Oh, the tight end had a touchdown, but the pass a little underthrown, but he had a chance to catch it, and I know he wished he had that one back.
Yeah, and so what you have is you got the free safety that didn't rotate over, but your corner let the guy off too fast. So there has to be some conversation and some timing there with the defensive backs.
Yeah, Trent Merrill there. Do it all on defense, and he gets every now and then gets a pass thrown to him on offense, and oh man, he had his hands on that one for what would have been an easy touchdown and an important touchdown for the Panthers who are trying to get back in this game. 3rd and 12 now. DeRay back to pass. He's going deep again. This one is overthrown. Almost a nice one-handed catch by Connor Ladia, but it jumps off his right hand incomplete, and it's a 4th down decision here for Chase Ferris and the Panthers.
Hey, that number 1's an athlete.
He is an athlete.
I mean, this kid, he made a play for a ball that was out of contention,
and he would have had a foot inbounds too. His left foot came inbounds. May not have been a touchdown per se, but it would have been a catch.
Down.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're going to forego the field goal. Would have been a decent-sized field goal here. About a 36-yarder. Instead, 4th and 12. You have 4 wide, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. That's Castillo in the backfield. He's going to head out. Now we're going deep again. The pass is up. Defender never turned around, but really no contact. And it's just an incomplete pass to Corey Armelin. And the Hawks defense stands tall as they get the stop.
Yeah.
So what was great field position for the Panthers turns into 0 points.
And well, wait a minute, Matt. Wait a minute. Bad stuff is happening us here in the booth, right? We see the replay at home. However, we're getting chocolates delivered. We're getting some treats delivered. And this is from the development department here at Bishop Hartley High School. The people who are usually receiving gifts are giving gifts. How awesome is that?
It's quite awesome. Thank you to Heather Rush, another Bishop Hartley alum.
Yes. Yes. So if you have some money out there to donate, Heather Rush is the person to go to. Am I correct?
She'll gladly take it.
Hey, they'll take check, cash, crypto, Bitcoin, whatever you got. They got you.
First and 10, Hawks at the Elyria Catholic 19. The handoff to number 9. That is Roderick Gates. Short gain for the Hawks at 6:20 to go. And by short gain, I'm going to actually say it might be a loss of 1, in fact. So it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Hawks.
In all seriousness, Matt, I really think the development department at Hartley does a great job. They're a great group of people. And they're not just a bunch of people that has their hands out, but they really want to help people, whatever situation they're in. They are the first responders to whatever you need, and they always say yes.
Absolutely. I mean, schools don't thrive like this without great development directors who are working hard to make sure the funds are raised so everyone can have an opportunity to be here. Second down, Gaelic Galic's under center, and he almost threw an interception there. That was a great job by Corey Armelin. The receiver did not turn back around. I think Golick just had to get rid of it.
And Golick read the blitz, and so the receiver has to sit down and catch, but the receiver kept running on a post. So it was a little bit miscommunication. But over time, I think it gets better once you get some more film and you get comfortable with each other.
Yeah, senior DB Armelin wishes he had that one, though, because if he makes that catch, he probably takes it to the house. He had nothing in front of him but the end zone. So now, first time we've seen the Hawks really at 3rd and really long, 3rd and 11 here. Again, they're at their own 19, so you don't want to punt the ball here. You can give Elyria Catholic any chance of any momentum. You've taken it all of it right now. And we have a timeout, and that is the last one for the Hawks now. So both teams are out of timeouts. And they've exhausted their 3 for this half. And what has been a very long half, again, that was marked by a 15-minute or so delay and then another 5-minute warm-up period for the teams after an injury. So I know both teams are exhausted. It's already, 8:30 on your first game of the season.
And it hasn't been a slow game. I mean, they're passing, they're going, they're running screens, and they're up and down the field. So it's been a lot of action, right?
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of action.
So I know both teams are craving halftime. I know Elyria Catholic wanted to make some halftime adjustments. I'm sure Hartley wants to talk about if we're going to score, let's find ways to not give them big plays on the kicking game.
That's right.
There's a lot of adjustments I'm sure both teams want to make. We got to get to halftime first, and we still have 5:47 to go.
That's right. Now, speaking of when Heather was up here in the development team and all that good stuff, have you seen the new grotto?
I've not. I saw pictures of it today,
and
I know it's almost completed. It looks very good, though.
It looks fantastic. Yeah,
they're giving some of the members of the Hartley community a sneak peek at it today, and it looks fantastic. So, yes, if you're a member of the Hartley community, when it is done, please make sure you head over and see the new grotto. It's absolutely fantastic. All right, 5 wide, 3rd and 11. Don't see this much from Hartley, but we do this year. And what a pitch and catch. This is to Robert Lathan. This won't count for the rushing total, but it will for the receiving. Beautiful throw from Golich, and that is a huge play that goes for a 30-yard connection. Well done. And we have another player on the ground injured for the Panthers, but let's take a look at this replay as they tend to him.
And so Robert's lining up in the slot and basically just running a seam, and this demonstrates some of his open field, the ability to catch the ball, make that run after the ball, and the mismatch that you create, right? So you have a running back up against an outside linebacker, and he's able to leave him. Last year, they couldn't run that play. He didn't have that top-end speed. This year, he's almost a wide receiver, and he's got that extra gear that you can really depend on.
Absolutely. That's a Corey Armelin who we saw almost make that interception on the previous play on the ground here. Just looked like he got his arm caught up as he was trying to bring down Lathan. He's already sitting up right now.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, you see the Hartley training staff actually tending to him right now, as well as the Elyria Catholic staff. Again, this is one of those nights that he's already up and walking back to his sideline. Good to see that.
Yeah. And I think he got rolled over in the tackle and he probably landed on his stomach, knocked the wind out.
He's working that arm out. Yeah, I think he's running off the field. So I can even see him asking if he can come back in tonight. I got to take a play off.
Yeah, like, Coach, I'm ready. Can I go back in?
Got to take a play off. Yeah, he's going to the sideline now, grab a drink of water. But it will be 1st and 10 for the Hartley offense. That was a big third down pickup, though. That was the first time they've really been tested on 3rd and long, and they pass it with flying colors with a pass. Like you said, Lathan finding the space. And, again, yards after catch, yards after contact, that's his specialty. So, once again, the Hawks 4 wide. Again, we're seeing a different offense from the Hartley Hawks with the new coach, Matt Melly. Defensive coordinator last year. This year, he's calling the plays on offense, so it's a change for him as well. And he's doing a good job mixing it up. This time, Gall's going deep, and he's got his man beat. That is number 4, Jonathan Cordy, who got behind his defender and just about 2 yards overthrown by Galich. Oh, man. That was a fantastic throw. And now, that's one where you want your receiver to just go under and catch it, right?
Now, when they watch the film, this is the quintessential blitz pickup. Number 9, who is that? Roderick Gates.
Mm-hmm.
The blitz pickup off the edge was perfect, and the quarterback stepped up, saw the blitz. He stepped up, didn't panic, laid that ball out there, half an inch off of it. Oh, man, they're cooking.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just a timing play. You know, you're hoping your guys can run under it. But, again, if you're going to do it, I don't mind the overthrow. Let your guy run under it. This time it's a handoff. This is going to Ja'Kai Callaway. He's got speed, and he gets to the outside right. There is a flag on the play, as this one is going for a decent gain here. Mikey Bates with a big hit, knocking Callaway out of bounds, but I got to think this one's coming back for a hold.
Holding, offense, number 17, 10-yard penalty, second down.
And that's Javier Napier with the hold. The wide receiver trying to keep the defender. You can see it right there, just a little bit outside on the shoulder.
Yeah, once that defender goes outside, he dips in on you and goes outside, and you hand switch, you're done. You might as well just let go. Don't even try to block.
Yeah, big time hit from Mikey Bates. He's still laying the wood. He's here to play.
He's here to play.
Yeah,
he's here to play.
Despite the fact that they're down 3 scores.
Yeah, and you got to love that, right?
I do.
Kid that doesn't stop, and you're only looking at second quarter.
Yeah, exactly. This game is not over yet.
No.
We've seen Elyria Catholic score quickly. Turnovers can change games in a heartbeat. So, yeah, there's a lot to go here. And here's a big play for Elyria Catholic's defense here. It's second and very long. We're talking 2nd and 20. And the Hartley offense would love to get at least a chunk of this to make this more reasonable on 3rd down. Galich under center. He is going to hand this off, and, boy, there's nowhere to go. Oh, man, Elyria Catholic just swallowing that up. That's going to be a loss of 2. I didn't even see who got the ball. Was that –
I think that was Roderick.
That was Roderick Gates with the ball and just had nowhere to go.
They just stonewalled him on the inside. So offense line's got to get some movement on the inside. You got the block O pulling around, the power O, but
57.
you just couldn't get there.
Yeah, that's Weston Williams, 6'2", 275. Woo. That's a big boy to get around. And he once he got by the defender, that's all Roger Gates had in front of him. And he got those mitts on him, and it was over.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're now talking 3rd and 21 with 3:38 to go here in the second quarter. Galich with the short pass on the flats. This one out to Callaway, and, boy, he's a speedster, but he can't get out of that one as they kind of read that screen pass.
Yeah.
As you might expect on a 3rd down, you're not going to throw it deep. You're going to throw it short and hope your guy can get a nice catch, but that's not going to happen this time.
Yeah, and that's nice and safe to keep the clock running. As you're in 3 minutes right now, they stopped the clock.
Yeah, I think his helmet came off. So, yeah, now they're just going to restart it. Here we go. So this is 4th and 20, and this is, I know, going to be a focal point for the Hawks right here, the punting game. Coach Melly said they've been working hard at it. They're hoping this operation goes well. You have Robert Lathan, who is the punter. Now, I would think, if they're a little shorter, yeah, you could always think Robert Lathan could take off for a run. Not going to happen here, obviously, with 4th and 20 with this much time left. No, listen, I see you with your hands up, but
you're a new coach. First game. Roll the dice, baby.
I don't know about that.
Just do something.
Well, I do know that the play clock just hit 0, so there is a delay of game here. So this will cost 5 yards for the Hawks.
Yeah. If this was on ESPN, it would say 0% chance of a fake, right? That's when you run the fake.
No.
New coach, what do you have to lose, right?
You can lose your job, but I don't think you want to do it.
Not a new coach.
Honestly, I think just to be completely, I think because you are a new coach and it's a new team, new season, you want to see the punt operation go one time. This is the perfect time to see it. You've been working on it during the offseason. You've been working during the training camp period here. let's see this operation work. And, you got a 3-score lead, a little bit
Matt, I'm glad to see that you have not fallen into the PlayStation mentality.
Absolutely not.
I'm glad to see that you're still a purist, that you understand the game.
When it's 4th and 25, I'm still willing to punt. Now, that snap did not get to Lathan. It did bounce, but that's a pretty good kick.
Wow.
That's going to go about 24, 25 yards, and now it's going to keep bouncing. How about that?
Yeah.
I got another 10 to 12 yards of roll, and it'll fall right at the 23-yard line. So pretty good punt from Lathan, even though the snap could be better. But again, it got there.
It got there. He fielded it. It was like a little baseball shortstop there. And
it was.
He got a hold of it. Now, if Larry wanted to rush it, I think they would have got to it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, they would have
we'll
got
see.
to it. They would have got to it.
So the Panthers get the stop they needed to kind of stem the tide a little bit because they had let Hartley's offense kind of go up and down the field on them for 4 straight times. It was a 14-7 lead for the Panthers. Now it's 35-14. So if anything, this is an opportunity for them to cut into that lead or at least get some kind of momentum heading into the half. Hartley's defense obviously not wanting that to happen here. So 4 wide. That's Castillo now in motion. This pass is going to go to Castillo in the flats. He's going to break 1 tackle. That was Hemphill. And then he's going to push forward for about 4 or 5 yards. Nice job by him. He is shifty. He's only 5'7", tough to tackle.
Yeah, and when you're out there in that open field, it's hard to make that open field tackle. And I usually tell guys, and this is old school, and, they change the rules on how to tackle a little bit. But me personally, when you're out there in the open field and you don't know who's behind you to help you, chest to chest and hold on. If you can get chest to chest on the guy and hold on, help will come.
It's tough. Hemphill's 6'4", Castillo's 6.
He's going under his armpits,
6.
right?
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, he's going under his armpits.
Yeah. All right, we are under 2 minutes now, 1:53 and counting. DeRay knows he's got to move quick, and that pass is incomplete. He was trying to connect with Connor Ladia. So that will stop the clock at 1:45. All teams, or both teams, I should say, are out of all timeouts. So only way this clock's going to stop is on incomplete passes or change of possession or anything like that. As this clock is stopped right now, and I think we have I'm not really sure if we have a penalty.
Please put 1 minute, 46 seconds back on the game clock.
As we need to, going to restart the play or the game clock to 1:46 to kind of run off a few seconds. So you got 3rd and 5 here.
And I tell you, Hempfield has really come into himself, right? So he is just a menace back there, 6'4", 215, and he's starting to feel the game now. First quarter, he came out a little slow because he was just kind of watching it. Now he's playing, and he's coming with reckless abandon.
And it's a lot of playing time. He didn't get full playing time. He was behind Denham Cook a lot of times. He was kind of the secondary option. Now he's the primary option, so he needs to. Oh, this is a broken coverage here on 3rd and 5, and this could go. Zion Castillo got behind the defense. He was wide open. Robbie Duray found him, and just like that, Castillo, long gain.
This is great for Hartley's defense because you see Hempfield down here at number 6. He lets the guy run a wheel route on him, which is fine if you had a corner that didn't get sucked to the middle, right?
Yeah.
So lots of film's going to be studied on this. And from the Hartley defensive coaching side, you also have to understand the role and responsibility of your players.
All right, that's going to be 1st and goal now. They have it spotted at the 10, minute 36 to go. That was a huge gain. Again, that was 3rd and 5, a chance for the Hartley defense to possibly get the ball back to their offense and keep a 3-score lead. But now the Panthers trying to cut into this 21-point lead. DeRay looking in the corner. He's got a wide-open receiver. That ball is caught, and that is a touchdown. It looks like Donovan Shumpert in the corner. And it is. That is his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. And Elyria Catholic with an impressive drive with 1:31 left cut the Hartley lead to 35-20. So 2 big pass plays. Hartley's defense had seemingly kind of gotten the passing game under control, but that's a really nice route there too.
Yeah, and then once again, Hartley has to readjust because you have one of your pass rushers, Hempfield, that's coming with reckless abandon. They're putting him in pass coverage. So trying to get a guy like that in pass coverage against a running back is not the thing.
This kick is up and good, and just like that, with 1:31, it is 35-21. Bishop Hartley. Again, Elyria Catholic gets the ball first at halftime. So for them, this is the chance to get 2 scores in a row and cut this to 7. For Hartley, though, with 91 seconds to go, no timeouts. But with the big playability of this offense, I think you're trying to score one more time, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And they found a weakness, a vulnerability, I would say, in Hartley's defense. And I think it is Hartley doing it to themselves. So you have your best athletes are standing around in space instead of rushing the quarterback. Yeah. So you got to get some pressure on that quarterback, or he has all day to do that. And you can't even blame it on the DB because you're not getting pressure up front. You're only rushing 3 and letting your elite defensive end drop off and pass coverage on the running back.
Yeah, and again, they're going 4 or sometimes 5 wide, so it's going to be a lot of single coverage out there for these Hartley defenders. And like you said, without any pressure on the quarterback, it's sometimes easy to pick defenses apart like that. So
it is.
Got to get some pressure, see if they can do that in the next time the defense heads out. But right now the offense is out there.
And we have a game.
We do. And let's see if they can get a good kickoff return here, give them some good field position before the offense takes the field. This kick is going to bounce around the 12. It's going to be rolling, and it's going to roll out of bounds, so that will help. The clock never moved because it was never touched, so still a minute 31, and that ball will be placed at the 40-yard line, or 35. It's college. 35, okay. College is at the 40. So 35-yard line, 65 yards to go.
You would think it's the other way around, right?
You would think, but, yeah, they placed the ball at the 40.
Decision has been to apply a 5-yard penalty and re-kick.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, but Hartley decides going to make him re-kick that ball, and I don't blame him. See if you get a better kickoff return past the 35. Didn't lose any clock there either there, so no worries. But yeah, it's always 25 yards from the kickoff, and they do kick the ball off at the 40 in high school. But this time we're going to kick it off at the 35. And we'll see if the Hawks can get a good return here.
And they've had pretty good return game.
They have.
And I think it's both sides just trying to figure out this simulation of kickoff because you can't practice it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You can't practice full-speed kickoff in practice because everybody will be hurt.
And not only that, but, I mean, the guys who are playing kickoff return and also kickoff are sometimes the same guys.
Same guys, that's right.
So, now you're doing the 1s versus 2s, and that's not the same thing. So it's very different in live games. So we're going to try this again. That is Brendan Essenmacher with a better kick this time in the air. He needed not hit, so that will be a return for Jamari Stokes, and he is not going to get by the 35. In fact, he's going to fall right at the 35. So no harm, no foul as far as Elyria Catholic in terms of what happened there. Only difference is 6 seconds right off the clock, so a minute 25 for the Hartley offense to roll with. I think Hartley was hoping for some kind of penalty there, but didn't see anything.
So you're a new coach coming in, following a legend who followed a legend who followed a legend, right? So you had Jack Ryan pass the baton to Dick Geyer. I mean, you followed Jack Ryan. That's impressive. National Hall of Fame high school coach.
Yep.
Then you get Dick Geyer, just a 2-time Hall of Fame coach. Then you get Birch, future Hall of Fame coach.
Correct.
So now you got a minute 25 and you have to do something here.
Well, and again, it's the first game of the year. I don't see why you don't test your team to see if they can do a quick 2-minute drive, even without timeouts. The clock stops after first down. Instead, they will hand it off to Lathan, and this is actually going to lose yardage on the total he had. So this might be that mix of you're trying to be aggressive, but you're also not trying to be aggressive. You can always be aggressive when you hand it off to Lathan because he's a big play guy.
He's going to make something happen, right?
But
and
in this
looks
case,
like they're going to let the clock run a little bit.
Yeah, and you know what?
Take it in the house. You got 14 points up. First-year coach here in the new system and trying to create your own legacy. And I think that's the hardest part, man. It's the pressure.
Well, at the same time,
self-imposed pressure.
It is 2nd and 11, and while the clock is running down, you can still throw the ball here. And again, Elyria Catholic has no timeouts. There's not, throw the ball here once, the clock stops, you can then run the ball out after this. So
and you got baby Roethlisberger out there.
40 seconds to go. It is going to be a handoff, though, and this isn't going to go anywhere either. Lathan swallowed up after a 1-yard gain. And again, all the momentum is starting to pick up for Elyria Catholic. That is a big hit and tackle from Joey Schill. He missed one early on Lathan where he bounced off and went for a touchdown. Schill not missing that one. The leading tackler from third leading tackler a season ago for the Panthers, coming up big that time.
And at this stage, don't come out the huddle and just take it in at halftime, right?
We're down to 13 seconds, and the play clock is above that, so this will be the half for the Hawks. So, entertaining half. It was a long half. Again, we had a long delay with an injury and then another warm-up period. So, yes, folks, it is 8:45 almost, and we are only at halftime. But stick with us. It's a 14-point game. The Panthers get the ball. This could be a very entertaining second half full of, hopefully, a little bit more defense, but we expect some offense too.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen. And usually we have people, Hartley alum, from all across the country watching the game on YouTube. So one of the things I want to ask folks is go into your YouTube, into the comments. Who's your favorite Hartley running back of all time? When you went to school here, when you were a kid and you watched the Hartley football teams come out, and everybody had their favorite running backs. So who was your favorite running back? Matt, let me ask you, who was your favorite running back back in
We'll
the day?
we'll do that in the second half.
Second half?
Yes, let's.
You got to think about it?
I want them to have time to think about it. That's all. That's all.
All right, gotcha.
I don't want to sway
You
the
don't wanna
audience.
spoil it. Don't
Come
spoil
on.
it.
I'm a journalist. You know we don't do leading questions
Well,
like
Matt
that.
said it was this guy, so I'm
Exactly.
going to use this guy, right?
What we are going to do, though, we're going to let this Hartley band get set up. We're going to give you a little taste of their first halftime show of the season. Looking forward to hearing that. But in the meantime, we'll take a quick break as Hartley takes the 35-21 lead to the halftime break. You're listening to Hartley Hawks football here on YouTube. Enjoy.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Mr. Eli Williams, we proudly present the Bishop Hartley High School Marching Band. From an ogre who lives in a swamp to a fan favorite superhero, the BHHS band does it all. So grab some popcorn and get comfortable, because we're going to the movies. Get ready to step into our Barbie dream house. The band is bringing the pink, the power, and the proof that just being Ken is more than enough. Please enjoy. I'm Just Ken. For our final song, we're taking a step back in time and a step into the multiverse to say bye bye bye. As seen in the 2024 summer hit Deadpool and Wolverine, this is NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give another round for your Bishop Hartley High School Marching Band.
Hi, I'm Doug Ute, Executive Director of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. For more than 115 years, the OHSAA has promoted school sports as an important part of the student's educational experience. Interscholastic athletics teach participants lifelong lessons of hard work, teamwork, and self-discipline, along with sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity. One thing the pandemic has taught us is that being on a team with our friends is more important than ever before. So as you continue your journey in athletics, remember the importance of also working hard in the classroom. Always give your best, never give up, and have fun while you're doing it. As an Ohio native and former athlete who learned these same lessons myself, I encourage our young people to focus on your academics so that you can continue the privilege of participating on your team. After all, the lessons that school sports teach us today will prepare you for the wins and losses in life tomorrow. Education is the key to life's successes.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Ohio, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Ohio. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the OHSAA and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 350,000 participants here in Ohio who take part in high school sports.
Hi, I'm Doug Ute, Executive Director of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. For more than 115 years, the OHSAA has promoted school sports as an important part of the student's educational experience. Interscholastic athletics teach participants lifelong lessons of hard work, teamwork, and self-discipline, along with sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity. One thing the pandemic has taught us is that being on a team with our friends is more important than ever before. So as you continue your journey in athletics, remember the importance of also working hard in the classroom. Always give your best, never give up, and have fun while you're doing it. As an Ohio native and former athlete who learned these same lessons myself, I encourage our young people to focus on your academics so that you can continue the privilege of participating on your team. After all, the lessons that school sports teach us today will prepare you for the wins and losses in life tomorrow. Education is the key to life's successes.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Ohio, Because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Ohio. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the OHSAA and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 350,000 participants here in Ohio who take part in high school sports.
Hey, welcome back to Hartley Hawk Football. You're seeing some of the replays of what was a very entertaining first half. Ton of big plays from both sides, both on offense and defense. Mainly the offense, though. This is a 35-21 game, so 56 points scored in the first half of a high school football game. Week one, you are seeing, some defenses that, got a couple times, frankly.
Yes.
But
plays.
but this is one of the biggest plays you saw right here. This 88-yard touchdown pass and catch. I mean, just beautiful from Matt Golich, who's had to throw the ball a decent amount, but also getting a lot of production from Robert Lathan as well, who has 180 yards, 10 yards away from breaking the career rushing yards record here at Hartley.
Now, based on the current records, that catch right there puts that as the number 2 furthest catch in the history books. Okay. But they haven't been updated yet.
Yes, we don't have the full book in front of us.
The full book in front of us, but we're speculating.
Yeah.
That's, behind the pass that Reggie Pace caught from Wooten for 98.
It's got to be in the top 5, we think. So we're starting the second half here. Here's the kickoff from Brady Newhouse and Mikey Bates, who has had some great kickoff returns for Elyria Catholic, with yet another one here spinning around the 30, gets popped at the 35. He's down at the 36, but that's still pretty decent field position for the Panthers, who were up 14-7, then gave up 28 unanswered, but then found a way to get this at 35-21, and now with the ball have a chance to cut this 14-point lead down to 7. So, and another player down. This one looks more like a cramp, if anything. Well, we'll see here.
Yeah.
That looks like it is Mikey Bates, who is the one who returned the punt. And, yep, this is a cramp. He's it's that eternal sign of grab the foot and let's pull up.
Yep.
So, as we expected, a few cramping issues in this first game. What did you like from Hartley in the first half, Mr. Randall Sampson, proud alum of the Bishop Hartley High School?
Well, for me, I think both sides of the ball for both teams really played well. Lots of good schemes out there. Elyria Catholic came out with a really good game plan from the beginning, and they knew what they wanted to attack. Hartley got caught flat-footed. But then Hartley makes the adjustments on defense. And so they make the adjustments. They bring off a lot of pressure on the edges, and they're stopping Elyria. And the guys in the trenches are going at it back and forth. I'm loving the battle between Hartley's offensive line and their defensive line. There's a lot of really good battles in there. And then Hartley said, hey, we're not going to get cute anymore. We're going to go belly to belly. My man against your man. Let's see what's left with the dust when the dust settles. And the dust only settled when Lathan was in the end zone.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying him taking the top off this year. That's like the most impressive part.
That is impressive, yeah. He's getting that top end speed, and it's nice. I mean, some of these plays, he hasn't been touched 20 yards, 30 yards down the field, and, he's gone after that. What I like is that he knew he had this record to beat. He almost beat it in the first half, and that says a lot about this offensive line.
And that's the best part. If I'm the offensive lineman, I am carrying that on me because I go down in the record books with my running back forever. And these 5 guys up front will be remembered forever in Hartley lore as the guys who helped get this guy to this next level.
Absolutely. So he's 10 yards away. We'll get back to that when Hartley gets the ball. Right now, they're worried about their defense stopping this Panther attack, which really got going at the end of the first half. Robbie DeRay, his first pass almost picked off. Great anticipation by LaRon Golden. He almost took that to the house. He had no one in front of him. But, that would have been just a travesty for the Panthers on the first play of the second half.
And this is straight coaching. He trusted his coaching. He jumped the route. He peeked on the inside, saw the running back or the receiver run a quick slant, and he jumped on the route knowing that he had help behind him.
Yeah, Robbie.
Usually you don't jump on it when you don't have help behind you.
No, we've seen DeRay. He pretty much picks who he's going to pass to off that 3-step drop and go. A really nice job by Golden reading that play. So now 2nd and 10, second play of this second half, and that's a short pass on the ground, and it is an incomplete pass. Or was it completed? If so, it's not for much gain. No, it's going to be an incomplete pass. So it'll be 3rd and 10. So 2 passes, 2 incompletions. The Panthers already in trouble here in 3rd and long.
And speaking about being coached up and trusting your coaching, it's the little things, it's the nuances. So you have number 7 down here at the corner, Caldwell. Young player, very athletic. His dad played here. His grandfather played down at your alma mater at OU, and his grandfather was known as the Vaporizer.
Okay.
So he has great athletic ability, comes from a great family. He was able to drop back, let the quarterback get indecisive, and then he jumped on it.
Absolutely. That's Zion Castillo right along the side of DeRay. 4 wide receivers. DeRay's going to step back. He's got time to throw, plenty of time to throw, and he's got to pass high up in the air looking for his receiver, Connor Ladia. He's an athletic receiver, but great defense that time. That's Hemphill who got a hand on it. And that ball falls to the sideline, 4th and long. Great job by the Hawks with 3 passing plays, and they got their hands on 2 of them.
And we talk about point of attack. Look at the corner down here at the bottom. Number 7, Caldwell again. Right there, he messes up the entire play because he's jamming that guy, and he's being physical and attacking him, and it messes up everything in the back end with the timing with the receivers.
And kudos to Hemphill there, too, though. I mean, that wasn't even his guy. He was playing Zach Castillo on the wheel route, and instead he just used that 6-foot frame and jumps up and knocks that ball down. So 4th and long. We've seen DeRay in this formation before where he punts the ball, so it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to go for it. And he drops the ball. The ball is on the ground. There is a flag as well. It will be Hartley ball regardless because there will be a change of possession. But what is the flag? I think that was a illegal formation. And if so, it'll be Hartley ball. If it's anything other than that, if it's on the Hawks, we'll get a 4th and short. But I got to think they're going to decline this penalty, and it'll be Hartley ball at the 30. And great field position for their offense. Here's the call.
Legal motion. Offense. Penalty decline.
And just like that, a just awful start for the Elyria Panther offense, and then the special teams with the huge mistake here, and that'll give the Hartley the ball at their Panther 30-yard line.
And this is not the start that you want if you're Elyria coming out, right? So they had a lot of momentum going in at halftime. I mean, the Mo was going with them. And this is not how you want to come out.
Not at all. I mean, that's exactly the formation they've been using for the punts, where DeRay catches it about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage and punts it. But once he dropped the ball, it was absolute mayhem, and Hartley quick to tackle him, bring him down, and now a short field and a chance to make this a 3-score game once again. We've only played 32 seconds in this third quarter. Golich handing it off. This time it goes to, that is Lathan. I prefer him with the pink shoes. He was easier to recognize, but he has changed his cleats. And so that will be a loss of 1, putting him now 11 yards behind what is the all-time career rushing record that is held by Noah Key. And Robert Lathan is just yards away, 11 yards away from taking that record. That's actually going to be a 2-yard loss to put him 12 yards away. And it would be quite the achievement for him. And I know he'd love to do it in a victory where he is part of the reason why that happened. So it's not just about the record. It's about obviously winning this game too.
And I love the fact that he changed shoes. It's like, okay, we've got wardrobe changes now at high school at halftime.
Probably wore him out after rushing for almost 180 yards. Here's another carry for him, and he's going right up the middle. That's where his bread and butter normally is. But this time, again, Elyria Catholic, you got to think they were going to stiffen up on their run defense. They do right there, only a gain of 3.
And this is probably the worst part that you hate to see as a defense, because the guy punishes you up the middle for 4 or 5. So that's just those body blows. And you know the uppercut's coming next, and you can't stop it. So if I'm Elyria, I got to pack the box, put some pressure on the quarterback, let the quarterback beat you, right? But now you have a quarterback that has experience. And you saw what happened when he was under pressure.
Exactly. He's been able to run for the first down. He's also been able to make some really key throws as well. That was Kylan Connors with the solid wrap-up of Lathan. So now 3rd and 9. And we have another timeout. This is, again, what you get in these Week 1 games, just the communication not all the way there. Again, it's Coach Melly's first time calling plays for the Hawks as well. Sometimes it's not going quick enough, and now you use these early timeouts.
And, from traditional Hartley, this is 2-down territory. They're going to run the ball 3rd down, get 5 or 6, and then go for it on 4th down, get 5 or 6, right?
Yeah. And it still might be, obviously.
It might be. So let's see what happens. They've spread it out multiple times, try to spread that defense out a little bit. But now you have Baby Roethlisberger back there, so we'll see what he can do.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was going to ask. Do you think this lend itself more to a run play, try to get to 4th and 3, or do you think it lends itself to a passing play, try to pick it up right now?
Well, even if you get 4 yards, you're not going to kick a field goal because I don't think they have a field goal kicker with that kind of leg.
That'd be a 40-yard field goal.
So it's still two-down territory, in my opinion. It's just how do you get there?
Yeah, well, that's what what do you think? Run or pass here then?
Yeah, I would go with the run.
Okay.
That's just me. And I'll go student body right to the sideline and let him pick his way out.
Well, it's overloaded to the left here. You have 3 wide receivers to the left. You see now we have Ja'Kai Callaway in motion. This is going to be a pass. College looking back. He's going backward, though. Well, forget that. That is going to be a huge loss on the sack. Really nicely done. That's number 9, Trent Merrill, the best defender on this Elyria Catholic defense. He's an all-conference player, 3rd team All-Ohio, really making an impact there on that play. And that is a huge loss for the Hawks, and that's going to lead to a punt.
And it's blitz pickup. So you had the blitz pickup, you just didn't have enough bodies. So that's a run would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Because you could just slide right up underneath it, maybe bust it out for about 6 yards or so, and then you got a chance to live to fight another day, but now you have to punt.
4th and 21. The snap from Hemphill is good. The punt from Lathan is toward the corner. Will it get out of bounds in time? No, it rolls into the end zone for a touchback. But the operation looked good there, at least for the Hawks on the special teams that time on the punt. So that's a positive.
Yep.
But the obviously negative there is that big sack that took them out of any opportunity to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, and this is where, as a team coming out first game, you have to learn how to put a team away.
Yeah.
And so they haven't done that yet. They're still comfortable, but you have to learn, okay, if we get up 42-21 and then get the ball back, get some more pressure, get another touchdown. Now, I don't want to be selfish, Matt, but that gives us a running clock too.
Well, we get to 30, yeah. We got to want to get to 30, but I'm with you, yeah. But as you said, though, I mean, also just taking advantage of the opportunity here. You're at the 30-yard line. That's a point where you want to score.
Yeah.
You want to put points on the board if you get your offense that kind of short field. So.
And it's good for Elyria for the play call that they made too. So
absolutely. So here we go. They have the ball again. Zion Castillo gets the ball. He starts left and now heading up back toward the middle. He cuts back, and that's a good 3-yard gain on what looked like nothing for him as Elyria Catholic tries to get their offense rolling. 9:38 and counting in this 3rd quarter, and that's a 4-yard gain for Castillo.
And that's been one of their better running plays when they run that stretch and let the running back find his lane versus some of the other plays that they've run.
Again, this Elyria Catholic team coached by Chase Ferris, former Buckeye offensive lineman, played for Urban Meyer, won a national championship for them. It's the 3rd year here, couple 3-7 seasons, really trying to get this team on track, get this program back on track. And he's got this team fighting hard. They've gone through a lot just in this game alone, giving up 28 unanswered, seeing an injury, and they have fought this entire game, still doing it now. Short pass there goes to Connor Ladia. Very small gain, so it'll be 3rd and 4 for the Panthers here.
And you can always tell when a coach's personality transfers to the team.
Yeah.
Because this is a tough team. They're a tough bunch of guys. They don't give up. They don't quit. And they fight through stuff. So you got a kid that gets hurt on the play, jumps up, and wants to get back in. They have to take him off the field. Like, son, you got to but that's the mentality that the coach brings to the team, too.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, they got punched in the mouth down 21 points, and here they are down 2 scores and a chance to make it a 1-score game. And they are absolutely still fighting. This is the long trip down, 71 to get here, and they don't want to leave here completely embarrassed, and they are fighting hard. This is 3rd and 4. This is the long pass from Durain. That receiver is open, but it's dropped again. Oh, another drop. This time Benjamin Essenmacher couldn't bring it down. He's a big target, and he had some space there. And it looked like he had both hands on it, but just could not catch it.
and there's a lot of miscommunication on Hartley sides whenever they have those trips. So they really have to jump that a little bit better.
Yeah, and he was going to get that foot down as well. Now with Matthew Melly Jr. on the coverage. And so let's see what Coach Ferris decides to do here. It is only 4th and 5, but you are at your own 25. You don't get it here. You give Hartley a short field and, again, a chance for them to make it a 3-score game. But at the same time, you want to get this offense back on track. So let's see. They do decide to punt this time. He does not drop the ball. It's a very high kick and not very long, and it gets a terrible bounce for Elyria Catholic. Hartley gets the fortunate break there, and they'll have the ball in Elyria Catholic territory around the 48-yard line. And the Hawks defense 2 for 2 when it comes to the defensive stops in this second half so far.
Yeah, and for me, it's, I love watching the defense play, all the adjustments that they have to make. So if I'm Hartley, and you don't make wholesale adjustments during the game, but you're watching film and you're watching guys develop over time. And they're going to have to start thinking, Caldwell's being very aggressive on the short side of the field. Do we stack him over on the wide side of the field on the best receiver? And that frees our safeties up a little bit more.
Absolutely. So with the ball at the Elyria Catholic 48-yard line, 8:07 to go here in the third quarter. Hawks up 14. And it's a handoff to Robert Lathan, needing about 8 yards, and he does not even get more than 2, maybe 1 yard there. He's sneaking up on that record, but I tell you, the Panther defense is going to make him earn it in the second half, aren't they?
Yeah, they stacked the box. Both linebackers were in A gaps. So they said, look, we know you're going to run the ball, and we're going to do this. So we know you're not going to pass it. So Hartley has to come up with some window dressing, run some guys in motions, run some smokes. And smokes, when I say smokes, is you run guys off and take their eyes off the ball a little bit so you can have a crease to run in.
This is what we talked about, though. We knew there'd be some halftime adjustments, and already I think we've seen both teams do it on defense. So after what seemed like an absolute scoring fest in the first half, we're seeing some defensive stops finally. So Hartley this time going under center. Gallage, looked right. There was no one there. Now he's looking left. He does have a man. That is Napier. And nicely done. Looked like he was only going to get 3-4 yards and get tackled, but slithered out of that tackle and then found his way on the sideline and enough for a first down. Nicely done on the yards after catch there.
Well, when you have Baby Roethlisberger back there, he doesn't panic too much. He does a good job using his feet, setting, and he has a clear understanding where all the pieces are on the field. When you have a young quarterback that doesn't understand where the pieces are, it's difficult, and he's rolling left, throwing with his right hand, and you got a tough wide receiver getting out of some trouble.
It's a great throw, too, because that's a tough throw to make. He's kind of off his back foot again, throwing the opposite side that you want to. Officials timeout here.
Injury timeout.
For an injury, there, it's another cramp. Yep, as expected. Again, it's just that time of year. You just gotta hydrate before these.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: it's not crazy warm tonight, but I can start to feel the mugginess, can't you?
Yeah.
The sun is down, and it's still a muggy night, and that humidity actually makes it worse.
And your muscles are moving in ways that you don't even practice.
Yeah.
There's
and you're going full go for the first time, too.
And you're full go, going 100% all out. The adrenaline's pumping. So you're probably going about 110%.
Yep.
So it's all the stuff that happens over time throughout the course of the game, and it catches up with you. And some guys are caught up with him first quarter.
Yeah. I think this is Corey Armelin, the cornerback for the Panthers, who is getting his right leg stretched out again. It's just the cramp, and, we've seen this probably 3 or 4 times already, and we're going to probably see it 3 or 4 more times tonight. Yeah. It just happened. Yeah, he's up and moving. He's running off the field. Oh, boy. And you know how it is, too. When you get that cramp.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They don't go away. They don't go away until the next day. I mean, he did about 5 steps, and it looked like he got shot in the calf. And,
and he's ready to go. He's like, okay, I'm going to jog off the field, and he just went back down again.
It's the worst feeling, though, man. Because you think you're good, you're all stretched out, and then bang.
Yeah, you can't control it.
Sneaks up on you.
Yeah, I remember watching, this was back in the day. It's Donovan McNabb was still with the Eagles, and they went to Cowboy Stadium, the first opener, and it was hot as blazes in Dallas with the open roof still.
Yeah.
And Philly just ran all over Cowboys. It was like 50-12, something just crazy with the score. And so they asked the Philadelphia Eagles, you guys were fresh out there, and the Cowboys were falling like flies. What was the difference? And they said, our secret was pickle juice.
Yeah.
We just drank pickle juice before the game, and then after that, every high school kid in America had a pickle jar of juice that they were sipping on.
I mean, marathon runners swear by that stuff, and it makes sense. That's a way to get through these races sometimes, just so you don't cramp. So it makes sense indeed. So 7 minutes, 13 seconds left in this third quarter. It is 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the Elyria Catholic 37-yard line. College under center, hands it off to Lathan, and this could be the record right here. It will be. That is going to be 12 yards, and that should put him over 190, and obviously pending unless he loses yards, that should put him up and over 190 right there. We're going to let this drive go on because obviously this is a hurry-up offense, and the Hawks are trying to score, and they're going to hand it off to Lathan once again. And, of course, right as I say that, he loses yards, and he has lost the record that he just gained. So we're just going to wait for this drive to end before we coronate him as
the official rushing king.
Because he's too much on the edge to fully take it over yet. So that's a loss of 4. So right when and by my math, he got over 190, 191. He just lost 4 or 5 and went to 186.
And everybody's at home cheering like, yeah, he did it. Oh.
Yeah. That's why you just let's wait until he comfortably gets over it.
Yeah.
Before we crown him.
Add another 20 yards onto it.
Yeah. So we'll wait till he gets about 5 or 6 over for sure. Now we're 5 wide here, 6:25 to go. We're 5. Galich, oh no, this didn't work at all. Fake the handoff on the end around, and instead, Kylan Connor said,
Yeah.
So 2 plays, and they're going backward.
Yep. Every time Hartley goes backward is when they try to get too cute. You're doing things that's outside of your scheme, outside of the DNA of the bodies in front of you.
Now, how much of that is it's the first game, still trying to figure out what works against real-life competition?
Or you're doing stuff that's outside of your scheme. That kind of play, 3rd, 4th, 5th game of the season, because you've had some time now, right? You understand the strengths and weaknesses of your personnel, how they can execute at a level that you're comfortable with. But something like this, first game, bread and butter, and make them stop it.
Well, long play here now. We've got about 3rd and 18 from the 32-yard line. Galich is under pressure again. He's got a chance to throw it, though when he does, it's a low-line drive, incomplete. That was going for Ja'Kai Calloway. He was under pressure. There is a flag on the – nope, not a flag on the play, just – officials timeout for another cramp.
Yeah, and it's difficult when you're under duress and you're getting chased.
Yeah.
And he had a wide receiver. Hartley had a wide receiver, number 4, in the background, wide open. So
yeah, it's just again,
when you're under duress. I mean,
no, absolutely no. And again, the line I thought gave him enough time to make a play there, but at the same time, he's got to get 18 yards. So you're trying to give time for the receivers to get downfield, and you can only give your quarterback so much time. And this looks like the same cornerback. Nope. Number 6 it's not him this time. But it is another Panther defender who is on the ground with the cramp. But let's reset it for you, though. It will be 4th and 18, though, from the 32-yard line. And, again, if you're the Hawks, you're not kicking a long field goal here. Do you just try to punt them down deeper? Because you're at the 32, do you mind leaving it there and just giving a shot on 4th and long here and try to get a score? Or at least, or get first down, I should say?
Well, they don't have a punter that can punt the ball 40 yards. So go ahead and pooch punt it. And get to the goal is just to get to the first down stakes and let the ball hit.
Yeah.
And pin them back. Don't give them a short field.
And that's, I mean,
don't give them a short field. And anything can happen, right? So you force it, you throw an interception, pick 6. You force it, you fumble it, strip sack, Jack Sawyer running down the sideline, something like that, right?
Yep.
So you don't want to give them any kind of momentum, even a sack.
Correct, yes, sack.
Even a sack is momentum.
Yeah.
Even a stop for 0 yards is momentum because you just gave up 28 yards of field position.
Well, let's see here. It is, again, it's about 4th and 18. We have 5:31 on the clock, so we played 6.5 minutes in this third quarter. No one has scored. But all it takes is one score either way, and this game either becomes looking more like a blowout or it becomes very tight. So the Hawks, as of now, are looking like they may go for this. It is 5 wide. Lathan is their normal punter, and he is out wide as in that slot area. So this looks like they're going to go for it. And they will. Galich is back to pass. He's got the receivers out. He has a pump fake looking for somebody. Still looking. He does have somebody. He's way short. And that is going to be a turnover on downs. Ja'Kai Calloway gets that stop. And I think we have another cramp.
Yeah.
So while they work on that cramp, we're going
Injury timeout.
and we have an injury timeout. We're going to bring in our Hartley band director for a conversation as we not only get this player back on the other sideline, but we also give Elyria Catholic the ball here. Sorry, I almost fell. Brian Williams, right?
Eli Williams.
Eli, sorry, I don't see. I thought your name. Anyways, Eli Williams, band director here at the Bishop Hartley High School. It's the first game. How was it out there? I know we got a chance to watch you guys at halftime.
Yeah.
I recognize all the songs. That's always a win for me. That means I'm still cool,
that's
right? But yeah, what was it like for the first week?
No, it went great for the first week. We've been hard at work for about a month now, trying to get things ready. It's an early first game, which makes things tricky. But I think considering how quickly it came up, I think they did a great job. I'm very happy with all the work that they put in and with the product that we got out of it.
Yeah, talk about that work you've put in. You don't just show up on the first day of school, which was a couple of days ago, and say, all right, guys, we have a show to do.
Yeah, so actually the last week of July 28th, we came in for our band camp. And for that whole week, Monday to Friday, we were here at school 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. We were either inside working on our playing or out here on the field in the 90-degree weather working on our visual type stuff. And then since then, once a week, we're out here for about 3 hours working, trying to get things ready and get everything you saw as perfect as possible.
I get it. And listen, I was part of the band that kind of restarted after some years away back in 2006.
Yeah.
We rode out there with 13, and we were loud, we were proud. I mean, loud for what we thought were 13 people.
Yeah.
And, again, I see you guys, the numbers are up. I like seeing that.
Yeah.
I love seeing that we got a football player willing to do both. The band.
It's awesome. It's one of my favorite things to see at any high school, but especially, out here. It just goes to prove that you can do both if you really want to, and he's doing a great job. I got to give a shout out to Coach Melly. He's been super helpful and nice to work with in that regard. It's been a great time having him doing both for us.
So this is only week one. What plans do you have for the rest of the season? Do you plan to run the same show, or do we want to mix it up as the season goes on?
So we'll run pretty much the same show. We'll evolve on it. We'll add a couple more things. That last song you saw, we obviously weren't moving for that last one, so we'll add some movement to the last one. And just add a little bit of flair. Maybe at one point we'll switch out a song or two. But we've got some plans also. October 24th, the final game of the season, we're going to have some middle schoolers come out.
Oh, nice.
And play with us. We'll have a song and get them on the field to kind of give them that Hartley football experience.
And how much of fun is this, just being able to grow this program, seeing it, you started small, but, it's each and every year you want to see a little progression, not just in the way they're playing, but obviously the numbers too.
Oh, it's a blast. Like you said, so last year we were at 13, and we're at 21 this year, which both of those seem like small numbers, but that's almost double in my mind, and that's huge growth. And it's just such a good time where we're building more than just the band you see on the field. We're building a culture, and we're building a group that has a good time together, and it's just so much fun to see them bond and have fun together as we grow this activity.
Listen, you don't have to sell me. Like I said, I'm a Bishop Hartley band alum. I think high school football is better when there's a band on the field.
Absolutely.
You know what? It just doesn't feel like the same atmosphere without a band playing, without the cheerleaders cheering. It's not just about the game. You need the whole thing. And so I'm so glad you're out here. I'm so glad you guys are out there on the field too.
I appreciate it.
I think that's so important. I'm hoping and everyone appreciates all the hard work these kids do, because that is not easy to do at all.
Thank you.
So, Eli, appreciate you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you. Thanks
so
for
much.
having me.
We are looking forward to the rest of the season, and whatever changes keep coming to the show. Again, I'm just happy I knew all the songs, because that's half the battle sometimes. Eli Williams, director of our Bishop Hartley Marching Band. Make sure you check them out here at Jack Ryan Field when you come to a game. If not, we'll make sure we play their shows during YouTube. And as you saw today, a lot of movement, a lot of good playing, and looking forward to their progression throughout the season. Just like the football team, got to keep practicing, got to keep progressing. Week one is only the start.
Absolutely. And the ability to play in the band and play an instrument is a tremendous feat. Oh,
it is. And as we talk about that, how about Camden Calloway reading that play nicely, and he's trying to return this for pick 6. He's going to go down at the 15-yard line, but on what was a 3rd and 11, an amazing defensive play by Camden. Fantastic.
Yeah, and it was just a matter of time. I told you Caldwell's sitting down at that corner being physical, being aggressive, and he's going to sit there and be physical, be aggressive, and he drops back.
Oh, that's pretty.
Just plays it pretty. Now, look, the thing about him is this. He's out there running. he looks like he has a step on his dad.
Oh,
now,
I think he does.
Now, his dad
Dad's
used
a
to
little
play
bigger,
here. His dad used to play here.
Yeah.
He was a pure freak athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Now, watching this kid move, I'm like, he's got a little something more than his dad had.
What I love there is the awareness, though, too, there, right? I mean, he's on his guy. He sees that pass, and he immediately drops back, and he makes a great athletic play.
Yeah.
You know, and that's good. And then, like you say, you saw some of that speed and athleticism that his dad had it, too.
Yeah. And I think his dad's here. His dad's one of the fine Columbus police officers that serves our great city and does all the great things that we need. So seeing the dad being here and being joyous for his son.
I saw him in the end zone. Yeah, I saw him pumping his fist. He's pretty much enjoying that as he thought he might. That run there by Lathan is not going to count. That's going to come back 10 yards as the Hawks, again, going backwards on these plays. Great play on defense. Now you want to cash this in, get a touchdown. Got to stay out of these penalty flags because this offense is not clicking right now.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the thing with the band, going back to the band real quick, I'm going to give you some insight, Matt. Something that you might not know. You might not know.
Okay.
So I was all-state here at Hartley, offense and defense on both sides of the ball. I was all-state, first team all-state on both sides of the ball, right?
Are you bragging? I'm confused.
No,
Okay.
I'm setting it up.
Oh, okay.
I'm setting it up. The brag comes next. I decided on my own will that I want to join the band. So I've never played an instrument, and I said I want to do something different and stretch myself a little bit. And I signed up for band at school, and I played an instrument. I learned how to play the trumpet. And great job teaching me how to do it. And I ended up being in the pep band for basketball season.
There you go.
Okay, so
Love that.
Any kid that's out there at Hartley right now that hasn't done anything like this, you don't have to have 5, 6, 7 years of playing an instrument. You have a great community here. People will teach you stuff. Get uncomfortable. Find an instrument that you're passionate about or want to try. And go do it. Try it.
Completely agree.
Pep band is available. And then you have middle schoolers who want to try something different too. Come on in. And they're doing a great job building the culture here with the band. So that's my plug for the band. I think it's that important. Just like you said, it adds a different flair to the sports seasons.
Absolutely does. All right, so it's going to be 1st and 20 here. Golich is going to keep this time after the fake on the handoff. He's not going to get a first down. He's going to get pushed out of bounds after maybe about a 3 to 4 yard gain. So it will be still 2nd and long. Again, we are still on Robert Lathan record watch. He needs about 2 or 3 more yards. The problem is he's gone backwards a couple times. The run that he had on the first down play got called back because of the hold. So hopefully he can break one off here, and we can celebrate. He is, again, so close to breaking Noah Key's all-time rushing career record. But as of now, the Hawks focused on more important things, which is getting this ball in the end zone. They need to put this game out of reach.
And that's the big thing. I think goes back to what you said. You score here, kind of gets it out of reach. If they score, they're back into the game. They're creeping back. But both sides are just kind of hanging on right now.
Yeah, with 3:46 left in this third quarter. It's still a very long game. This is going to be a short pass to the tight end, or should say the wide receiver. He's just a tall wide receiver. Isaac King, his first catch of the game is going to be a touchdown as the Hawks go up by 20.
And Isaac King's a nice young sophomore. Caught a slip screen there. Great blocking by the offensive line. This time they got the timing down where they didn't let the jailhouse break through. They kind of held him up a little bit. Everybody got set up. And offensive line did a great job. Zhang's out there, number 51, leading the way. And right there on a nice block. Wide receiver, and then 66 is down there blocking as well. And I believe that's Keegan, the center.
Yeah.
And like I said, you're snapping the ball and moving, getting downfield blocking, and getting to the end zone and celebrating. How awesome is that for a big fella?
Love that. And, I love the fact that, again, they take control there, take advantage of that short field position, and now the Hawks breathe a little easier. You have that 3-score lead with 3:38 to play. Let's see if Brady Newsome can make it a 21-point lead. He's been perfect on the extra points, and he is once again.
Yeah.
So just like that, 42-21, Hartley on top. First score of this third quarter, which has been kind of played only on this half of the field.
Right.
Just a lot of four and outs, and now we finally get a touchdown. So.
And what I like about that wrinkle, Matt, is when you're down inside the 20, everybody is expecting Hartley bully ball. That's what we call it. We're going to bully you all the way into the end zone from the 20. When we're in that red zone, we're going to pound it, right? So now we're spreading it out a little bit, and we're running a nicely executed slip screen. That allows the defense to step back now and say, wait a minute, there's a wrinkle here. Are they going to pass it, slip screen, or are they going to hand it off to Layton right up the middle and go belly to belly with us?
Yeah.
So it creates a different dynamic moving forward.
Yeah, and again, First game live. You're trying a lot of different stuff. You want to see what works, what doesn't work. Got a good opponent in Elyria Catholic to try some of this stuff out. Got an even tougher opponent next week in Youngstown Ursuline, the defending state champs in Division 5. So you know what works here. You're going to have to make even better. And, again, all these mistakes and things that haven't gone so well need to really be shored up for next week. But for now, task at hand, doing well up by 21.
And you have to execute at all phases of the game like Coach Geyer used to say, right? So from offensive blocking to running to the kicking game, you have to execute. The kicking game right now has me shaking in our boots.
Mm-hmm.
Our kickoff team, we can't cover, we can't tackle. Punt team.
Work to do. Work
to
be done.
do.
Yep.
So we have a lot of ceiling left to improve upon, but you only have until next week.
Exactly, yeah.
And the improvement is every week, too, right?
Yeah, for sure, and that's the thing. I mean, it's only week one. It's a long season. Facing a team like Ursuline's going to be tough, but listen, you just want to get out of here 1-0 first. That's the thing. So here's the kickoff. And the return by Castillo, who has found another bit of room, as we've seen on the kickoff returns, this time to the 36. First time Bates has not returned to kickoff. He's had some cramping issues as well earlier, but Castillo has avoided the cramping issues so far, and now it looks like we have another one. This is a Hartley player, though, this time, and Roderick Gates on the ground. And again, I'm thinking this is the cramp, just judging by the way he's reaching for his right leg.
And I was talking to, before the game, I was talking to Camden Caldwell's dad, Brandon Caldwell.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I told him, I said, this is going to be a nice breakout year for him. And Dad kind of had this look in his face like, I hope so.
Yeah.
I know. And I had to ease Dad down and said, look, he's got this. He's an elite athlete.
Yeah.
All right, he's your kid. I know you see him as still your little baby, but he's out there. He's going to make some things happen. And Pops is down in the end zone watching and like, oh, my goodness, that's my kid doing this?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, he had the opportunity to make a play, and he made it. That's important.
That's important.
You love to see that in week one, hopefully build upon that and see what he can do the rest of the season.
Yeah, his dad, I remember his dad playing here, Brandon Caldwell. He played a middle linebacker for us. And he was down at the 10-yard line. The team's driving, and they go in for the score, and they lob it over the middle of the field at the 10, and the guy's wide open.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we saw Superman come out. Caldwell must have jumped 15 feet up in the air to intercept the ball with one hand. And we were just like, where'd that kid come from?
Yeah.
That's an impossible thing to do, right? But it's all natural reaction that you have. And it seems like the son has the same thing with a lot of good coaching and using your natural reaction and your instincts to do things. That's when it gets good. When you're well coached up and you have the talent to back it up, man.
Yeah, he was a heck of a player, and his son's a heck of a player as well. 3:30 to go, 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the 36-yard line. Big hole there for Donovan Shumpert. He finds a way to run up the gut for about 8 yards, and a good first down game for the Panthers, who need to move quickly now, down 3 scores with 3:15 and counting to go in the third quarter.
And that's their longest run up the middle. That's just a straight handoff up the middle, because usually they try to do that stretch sweep. But just going straight up the middle, that's their longest run today.
Yeah, 2nd and 2 now. Again, the Panthers down 3 scores. No, they definitely need to score on this drive to stay within this game. They've gotten defensive stops, but now they can't get their offense back on the scoreboard, and that's going to be Castillo up the gut. He's a small guy. He does apparently push enough to get past the line of scrimmage, or excuse me, past the line to gain, and that'll be a 2-yard gain and a first down run for the Panthers. If you're the Hawks, this is where you want to have that killer instinct, right? Find a way to get a stop here and don't even allow this team to feel like they're still in this game, right?
Yeah, that's it. And but the best part right now is the clock. So just keep running it, and we're 2:40 into the third quarter.
Yeah.
So there's still a whole nother quarter left.
Yeah, if you're the Hawks, I'd love to get this offense off the field, get your offense back out there and really put this game away. This is the backup quarterback. No, not the backup. Well, I don't know if he's a backup quarterback or just Shumpert is playing quarterback. And the pitch was good, but then as he fell forward, he fumbled the ball. Not sure who fell on it. It looks like, the Panthers did fall on it, so it'll still remain their ball. It is a loss of 2, though. I think try to get a little tricky there.
And both teams, when they start to get too cute, things go wrong real fast.
Yeah, that was not DeRay, a quarterback. That was Shumpert in there. But again, this might be them trying to mix things up here. Again, they're down by 21. And this is going to be Shumpert now playing quarterback. So, again, going to their backup quarterback. They did have quarterback competition coming into the season, and DeRay won out. But maybe this is now a chance for them to mix things up, try something else. And Shumpert, short throw, and this one is completed. And that's going to be a good gain. He does step out of bounds, though. That is Jules Martin, the sophomore, 5'7", shifty.
And I'm surprised they didn't call a flag on that one. So Martin actually shifted before the ball. He moved back from the slot. So he shifted backwards, and then the ball snapped. But they got away with it, so it's okay.
It's a nice job by Shumpert to get that past the long hands of Hemphill. He's got big reach and could not swat that ball down. So it'll be 3rd and 1. Clock gets stopped and he went out of bounds at 1:39. And it's going to be, again, 4 wide. Shumpert in the shotgun. He's got Castillo to his left hip. And he is going to throw. He's a running threat, though, and he's not going to run it, though. He's going to throw it. And, ooh, that pass is short. It was intended for Jakar Terry. And he got almost lit up by Matt Melly Jr. there.
And I think he had some running room there, the quarterback. I think if he would have took off, he could have got that 1 yard.
Yeah, for 1 yard, I thought he was going to. We've seen he's caught a couple touchdowns already. We know he's got some speed.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised he didn't just take off.
But it's just that the rest. When you have the ball and you see nothing but eyeballs looking at you constantly.
Yeah. And this is his first offensive possession.
Yeah.
You know, he hasn't played quarterback all season, or not all season. Well, it's the first game of the season, but he hasn't played it all game. And, you know, he's now getting that pressure, and I think he has to remember he's an athlete. He can run for these. So 4th and 1. Last time we had 4th down, they gave it to Castillo. He didn't get it. They're not going to do it this time. Shumpert's going to keep it. He is going to push forward and get the first down this time. Not get much yards, but enough. But again, the clock is now 1:29, and while this is a drive that's getting yardage for the Panthers, they're not getting yardage quickly.
No, and the bodies are peeling off slower off the ground here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, look at Shumpert alone. He's holding his lower back. I mean, he felt that hit.
And that's what Hartley does. It's all these body blows that Hartley gives you, whether you're on the offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball. There's pride in that, where you always have 3 or 4 guys in a pile. And before you go down, somebody's holding your legs up, and the next guy's giving you the business, and the third guy's driving you down. So, and it's all legal.
Yeah.
It's all legal.
Yeah, it's
but
football.
It's just part of the game.
It's physical football. Shumpert in the shotgun. Castillo to his right side, 3 wide. And he is going to hand this off to Castillo. Not surprised, considering I think Shumpert needs a playoff from action. So Castillo barrels forward for about 4 yards there. Again, it's effective. It's moving the ball forward, but it's not going quickly. And there's a late flag high in the air from a couple of the referees. And this is going to be on. Yeah, I think it's Jake Beatty of Hartley. He was not happy about something, and he said something that they did not appreciate. So that'll give the Panthers 15 yards and a first down.
Well, when you got a guy like Jake that's out there at 6'4", 285, and he's a senior, he should know better. You got to maintain your cool because it gives the other team that yardage that they desperately need.
Yeah, and that stops the clock as well. That's, again, the clock's your friend, but now when it's stopped, it's not. So what the 4-yard gain turns into a 19-yard gain on one play because of the penalty yardage. Clock does restart, but here we go. It's 3 wide again. Shumpert in the shotgun, man in motion. And he is going to hand this off to Castillo. He's not going anywhere. Really nice job that time. As the Hawks corral him after about maybe about a 5-yard gain, actually.
And I don't know how they do it in the modern era when, I'm 2 coaches removed from Coach Geyer. So when we played, if you had 15-yarder during the game, it's okay. Continue to play. But guess what? Come Monday, you got some Hawk reminders in the back that you got to get done.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if they have Hawk reminders still, but it was a grueling experience that will make you never want to have penalties again.
I believe it. The game clock is underneath where the play clock is, so that was the last play of the 3rd quarter, and we will have a 42-21 Hartley lead heading into the 4th quarter. 1 more quarter to play in this very long matchup, Week 1 matchup between Elyria Catholic and Bishop Hartley. We'll be right back here with Hartley Hawk Radio. As you see one more time, the Bishop Hartley touchdown, the only one of this 3rd quarter. 42-21, Bishop Hartley in the lead. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Doug Ute, Executive Director of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. For more than 115 years, the OHSAA has promoted school sports as an important part of the student's educational experience. Interscholastic athletics teach participants lifelong lessons of hard work, teamwork, and self-discipline, along with sportsmanship, integrity, getting along with others, and overcoming adversity. One thing the pandemic has taught us is that being on a team with our friends is more important than ever before. So as you continue your journey in athletics, remember the importance of also working hard in the classroom. Always give your best, never give up, and have fun while you're doing it. As an Ohio native and former athlete who learned these same lessons myself, I encourage our young people to focus on your academics so that you can continue the privilege of participating on your team. After all, the lessons that school sports teach us today will prepare you for the wins and losses in life tomorrow. Education is the key to life's successes.
We are back here at Jack Ryan Field for the beginning of the fourth quarter. 42-21, Bishop Hartley at a 2nd and 6 for Elyria Catholic. They are knocking on the door of another score. They're inside the red zone here, but again, down 3 scores. They need this bad. Donovan Shumpert, the backup quarterback, now in, throwing the fade pass to his wide receiver, Jakar Terry, and the 6'3" receiver couldn't bring it down, and that is because of the great play of the defensive back, Jonathan Cordy, knocking it out of his hands. Nice job by the DB.
And Cordy's a big kid, 6'2", 170, tall, lean, athletic ability. So that's a great matchup down there at the bottom for those two going at it side by side. And that was a pretty good ball. That was a really good ball for a kid coming in the fourth, end of the third quarter, and being forced to come in and make some heroics. So, and picking up some of the blitz action going on here as well.
So it'll be 3rd and 6 for the Panthers, who again have gone to their backup quarterback, Donovan Shumpert. He's caught a couple touchdowns as a receiver, but now he is leading the offense. That's Castillo in motion. This will make it 5 wide, empty backfield. So got to think this is the throw, unless it's a QB draw. We know Shumpert can run it. He is going to, in fact, run it. He's got some room up the middle, but his ankle's caught. And who was that? That looks like it was Zhang right there. Yep, that was Zhang who made the play, as well as number 8, Bryce Wells, and we have another cramp. It is Golden. Two of them, I think. Yeah, Bryce Wells is struggling to get off the field. Yeah, I mean, it is, again, a muggy night for those of you who are not in the Columbus, Ohio area. It is not sunny, obviously. The sun has gone down, but it has been muggy ever since. And in these week 1 games, the hydration is still an issue.
If you're in the Midwest, this is part of it. This is the time of the year when they say the corner's sweating. Mm-hmm. And that's what's happening at nighttime. The corner's sweating. It's muggy.
Yep.
You get, dehydrated and all the stuff that happens.
Give you a couple of scores from around the area that pertain to the CCL. It looks like Bishop Watterson, after being down 15-14 in the third quarter, came back to win 37-15. So the defending state champs that will face the Hawks on October 10th are 1-0. They looking to go back-to-back, but, of course, Hartley is trying to get in the way of that. They're in the same region.
And they've got a great program over there, so that's going to be a battle.
Brian Kennedy's done a great job with that program, indeed. Hawks gave them a lot to handle in that game, but Watterson they were really strong last year. So they were 1-0, and then DeSales beats Old Tangy Berlin 14-13, so the Stallions are 1-0 as well. So 2 teams the Hawks are going to face later in the year. Off to good starts.
Hey, Purple Ponies, they always have some good athletes over there. So,
well, their quarterback is R.J. Day, Ryan Day's son, the head coach of Ohio State. So he should be a sophomore, junior this year. So,
and he has nothing but reps, and he's played since he was a freshman.
Exactly. Yeah,
so that makes a big difference when you got a guy that has awareness. Mm-hmm. And I would dare to say he has resources at the tips of his fingers whenever he needs coaching.
I mean, his dad was a pretty good quarterback in college in New Hampshire. So yeah, I'd say he's got some coaching. And
well, the issue is, does it transfer, right? So your dad might be a good quarterback, but does it transfer into, can your dad really coach? But I think the guy has figured out the coaching thing.
He's found a way to do that, yeah.
He's the quarterback whisperer, so,
It's been working out for the college team. I think it's working out for his son, too. So
absolutely.
The Sales of Watterson 1-0. Hartley on their way to 1-0, but, again, whole quarter to play here, 11:38 to go. They're in good shape, but got to finish this off. 4th and 6, big play here. Snap falls, bounds to Shumpert. He's going to have to run for it, and boy, he's got some speed. Look at the way he turned on the Jets into the end zone. Boy, once he made the decision he was going to run, it was a no-doubter. He went from 0 to 60, so.
And everybody else is out there just moving in slow-mo with this heat.
I get it. And he
took off like Superman. He went Superman from about the 5.
Yeah, 19-yard touchdown run. But, boy, he was looking to throw the ball as the quarterback wants to. But you got to remember, he's an athlete. He's got some speed, and I think sometimes he forgets he can just take off and run, and he did just that.
And this is where the defense has to make the adjustments to a new quarterback, different style quarterback. Yep. They did a good job containing the previous quarterbacks, and now you have to really readjust your pass lanes with a kid that's fresh and has a lot of speed.
Yeah, but, as we said, it's hot and muggy out there. I think the defense might be getting a little tired. The legs get tired. But you can't forget this game isn't done yet. There's 11:24 to go. Now, the extra point was good, but there is another late flag as both teams are heading off the field. I'm not sure what this one is.
So it seems like there was a little bit more chirping going on. And I think Big Fraser.
Here's the call.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense. Number 78. 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
That's the junior Demir Frazier, and that hurts because the kickoff, which is normally at the 40, now comes on Elyria Catholic's 45. I mean, they could even onside kick this and not feel bad about it because you're going to leave them at the 35 for the worst. So, again, not a smart penalty, as I know Coach Melly and the whole Hawk football team knows, but got to keep your composure when, it's only a 14-point game here.
So if Coach Melly needs the old manuscript on Hawk Reminders, I think we still have it somewhere hidden.
And, Coach Geyer still comes to these games every now and then.
Yes.
If not, he's a phone call away.
Absolutely.
He can gladly tell him how that works.
So, Mr. Barnes, any thoughts about your favorite Hartley running back?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I grew up watching Aaron Purdue, and he was fantastic. He was always my favorite for a while. Then, while I was in school here, Mike Thomas, who went on to play at Akron, he was just a stud. I mean, the speed he had when he got into the open field, I mean, it was unworldly sometimes.
And he was an AAU track All-American.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the speed wasn't his issue.
Yeah,
it was finding the hole. If he could get a block, he was gone.
Yeah, and I went to school with his brother Melvin.
Did you? Okay.
And his sister Melissa.
Yeah, I mean, there was a play against Delphus Jefferson in the first game of my senior year, his sophomore year, I think, that he just, blew everyone away. He just right down the sideline. There's only about 12 Hartley fans there because it was a long trip to Delphus on a Saturday morning. Unreal play. So he's great. And then Noah Key, watching him play for all 4 of his years, just a fantastic running back. Doesn't surprise me he has the rushing record. You break Aaron Purdue's record, you're doing something right. So Noah obviously with a fantastic running back. So I'm not going to pick a favorite, but those 3 by far to me are the cream of the crop when I think of Hartley running backs in my lifetime because I don't know I wasn't watching when John Airmo was playing. I don't remember you playing. Those days I was a little young. I was alive, but I was a little young.
Yeah, a little young. I had a little diaper on.
Yeah. That kickoff obviously from the 45 went into the end zone, so there's a touchback, and the Hawks get the ball at the 20. Again, we're hoping that Robert Lathan can break one off here at some point and put this thing away in terms of the rushing record as he motions to the backfield alongside Golich, and he does get the ball, and here he goes, and that'll definitely do it now. He's got 10, he's got 20. He may get all 80 of them right here. Ladies and gentlemen, your all-time rushing career leader for your Bishop Hartley Hawks is Robert Lathan, who goes 80 yards to the house, and he has obliterated the record once held by Noah Key. Robert Lathan, touchdown once again as the Hawks go up by 20.
And that is the quintessential way to do it. You want to take away any doubt if I am the king of rushing at Hartley with this run.
And there it is. You see the graphic, the rushing yard school record to number 1 on his jersey and now number 1 in the record books. He is well over 200 rushing yards. He needed 190. I'm not even keeping track of his rushing yards anymore. We'll just let the rest of the season do that. He has just been impressive today. He's been impressive his whole career here, though. And as you've said, he's gotten better and better each year. What he's done with his body, what he's done with his mind to get to this moment. This is a tradition-rich program, and now he's on top of the list. And if you're seeing, we're not playing anything right now because there's a video playing on the scoreboard. And there it is. It finishes with that graphic that you're seeing on your screen. As Hartley crowd giving him a standing ovation. They'll take the delay game, no problem, to celebrate his career achievement. You've been around this program a long time. To see a running back like this break a record like first Aaron Purdue and now Noah Key is pretty impressive.
Yeah, to see Aaron Purdue up close and personal, see him every day in practice, knowing what it takes to get to that level. I don't see Robert up close and personal every day, but to know what it takes to get to this level has to be immensely crazy, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, my running backs here at Hartley, unsung people. Kelly Wilson, a great baseball player. So you get a Kelly Wilson that that does it for you. And, Matt, I want to tell you one guy that you probably don't even know of. One guy that lots of people don't know of. Marcus Poindexter.
Okay.
Marcus Poindexter didn't play a lot. We went into the playoffs with the 88 team. And our star running back, Gabe Pace, breaks his foot. And we're playing Versailles. Breaks his foot after we beat Columbus Academy in a showdown of teams. Marcus goes in. We're getting just drugged all up and down the field. Throwing interceptions. Johnny Ryan breaks his leg. So it's just one thing after another.
Yeah.
Marcus goes in, cold off the bench, number 32, carries the entire team to where we almost make it to the state championship. That's one of the unsung heroes that many people don't know about.
Yeah.
But he gets mad respect every time people see Marcus Pointer out.
I understand why. I'll give you one more replay of what was a record-breaking run for Robert Lathan. I mean, yet again, after 3, 4, 5 guys try to bring him down, and then away he goes. The speed, the strength, the balance, everything you wanted of running back, he's got it. Of course, then we come back from that highlight, and here's a highlight for Elyria Catholic. That is Zion Castillo returning the kickoff. We mentioned that had been a problem, the kickoff returns. And they just do it again. So what was a 3-score game immediately has become a 2-score game once again. This Panther team not going away. Chase Ferris just doing a fantastic job keeping this team engaged. And with 11:01 to go, this longest game in history continues to get longer because another score stops the clock. And it's still not over yet. 49-34 as Christian King, who was down on the sideline for that third quarter, senior student here, Bishop Hartley. You tired yet? I mean,
man,
I know I woke up at 2:30. I've had a long day, but you've had a long day too. You at school today.
Yeah, I was about to say, I had a really long day, man. This game still not over, man? No. Come on, man. I got to go home.
Not only is it not over, it is 10:03, and we have 11 minutes left.
Man, game looking like it's not going to end until 11.
And we have about 4 more guys who are going to go down with cramps, so we've got a little bit.
Of course. There's been a lot of injuries, a lot of cramps. Need to start drinking a lot more water and stretching. Like, that is the key,
yeah,
for sure.
I say that as we are watching another Hartley player with cramps. And listen, there's a lot of big plays. It's muggy out there. I get it. So, you knew this might happen. But first, just for you, you're a Hartley student. You see something like that. You saw history right here. You saw one of your classmates go and break the record. How cool is that for Robert, and what does that mean for this program to see something like that happen?
Yeah, Rob, that's my guy, man. We've been close since freshman year, ever since I met him in math class. That's my guy. I'm very proud of him. Congratulations to him. Very proud of him. I know this is a goal that he's always wanted to achieve, and I can't wait to see more.
And it's got to be cool to get it done in week 1. Now you can just get that over with and focus on the rest of the season. From what you've seen so far, this team's got big play possibility, but obviously it's a little work to do on defense as well and special teams.
Yeah, I'll say that for sure. Especially I feel like on the defensive line is really good. They can stop the run, but they got to work on our cornerbacks and the safeties as well. There's been a lot of times they have getting beat on one-on-one actions and not having safety help side. Most times because they're playing in the inside and not playing outside.
Extra point is up and good, so it's 49-35 again. 11:01 to go. Mood on the sideline still good though. I mean, I know they're winning, but at the same time, I'm sure they'd love to put this game away and get in the locker room already and celebrate being 1-0.
Yeah, the energy is still pretty good. Making sure that everybody stays positive, even though they still have the lead, even though with all the little mistakes, everybody's still staying positive and everything.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is the first game of the season for both these teams. You expect mistakes on both sides. We've seen those. We've seen the penalties. We've seen the frustration, and then we've also seen the big plays that are because of mistakes. But at the same time, you're seeing a lot of promise. I mean, from what you've seen, obviously we know Robert's good. Matt Golich has looked great throwing the ball. We've seen, who was that? That was Isaac King with the touchdown. I mean, that was the first time we've seen called his name, and it's a touchdown. So you're seeing other guys step up. That's got to be nice to see, too, in game 1.
For sure. Actually, Isaac is actually a new transfer coming in this year as a sophomore coming from Worthington Christian. So seeing him get some good action and getting him a touchdown in his first game, that's actually really good. And also to pick back on Matt. Matt has been done a really good job as the QB1, being the leader, being the communicator, the main communicator for everybody, keeping everybody calm. And yeah, Matt has done a really great job.
Yeah, he's a captain this year, and he is showing some great leadership qualities, made some great decisions, keeping the ball out of harm's way, making really smart decisions, running the ball instead of throwing the ball sometimes. So that ball is that ball goes into the end zone for a touchback. Again, good decision by Ja'Kai Callaway to let it roll on in instead of picking that up and trying to make something out of nothing. So first off, we were making a joke of what time we think this game's going to end. We're both past our time, which is hilarious. We got 14-point game here. You're the Hartley offense. What do you want to see on this drive to hopefully put this game away?
What I want to see is, like, run the clock down. We don't got to force nothing crazy. Let's not throw any bad passes. Let's not have any forced fumbles or anything like that. Let's just play smart, get the game over with. First home opener, let's go home.
I agree. That's Lathan out of the game. This is Roger Gates who gets the rocket. How about this? Lathan comes out, and then you got a guy like Roger Gates who can go for 37 yards on his first touch of this fourth quarter. First down for the Hawks on a big play there. I know you wanted a long drive, but I'll take a 37-yard pop right there. And with 10:51, the Hawks already on the other side of the field.
The Hawks have a lot of talent. Especially with this deep senior class, they should be really good, especially when it comes playoff time.
Yeah, and this is that kind of case. You heard Rick Sampson talk about this. You start to wear teams down with this heat. We saw the Hartley defense maybe look a little winded, while the Elyria Catholic defense clearly winded as well. Mm-hmm. All these long runs. You don't run 60-yard sprints and all of a sudden don't feel that in this kind of heat in the fourth quarter. And I think you saw it right there as Gates gets the long run. Now we're going to hand it off one more time. And listen, he deserves another one. It's Gallitz gives it off to him. That's a 4 to 5 yard gain. I can just see the defensive coordinator of Elyria Catholic. He is yelling at his guys, get this guy wrapped up. They need to stop big time, and they're not getting it right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, game one. There's a lot to learn, a lot to take in, a lot of adjustments to be made as they head into the rest of the season. How much of these guys talked about what they want to see this season, what their goals are?
Their goals is always, as always, a state championship. They want to bring home a state banner to Hartley, to Zeller Road. And, yeah, that's all everybody's been talking about, especially Coach Matt Melly. That's what his main focus is. Like, all right, let's get all these games done, but, like, we have an end goal, and that's winning the state championship.
Yeah, exactly. You can't win a state championship in week one. Mm-mm. But you can definitely set the foundation for it. And I see parts of that right now. You can see the big play offense. You can see the work ethic this team has put into making sure they are prepared. But at the same time, adjustments to be made as you see Hartley calling timeout here with 9:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Hey, you don't want it. I know it's a long game, but you want to make sure your guys are ready to go because you don't want to fumble here and all of a sudden it's a one-point game. So
yeah,
we hear the Hartley band and cheerleaders keeping this crowd that has been here a long time.
Been here for almost 4 hours now. Almost 4 hours now.
I know. That Hay song, it doesn't hit as hard at 10 o'clock, but, you know, I'm sure the neighbors here are saying, can we turn these lights off? It's late.
It's my bedtime.
I know. Oh, but listen, I'm willing to stay late if it means the Hartley victory, hopefully. And with 9:40 to go, we still got plenty of football to be played, but hopefully a nice drive here would get this to a 3-score game once again as the Hawks try to put this team away. But, again, credit to Chase Ferris and this Panther team. They're not giving up. And this is what you expect from a good opponent is they'll take a punch and they'll punch right back.
Yeah, that's what I really like about this team is that they will, no matter how much they get down, they're going to keep fighting to the end. Yeah. They will never give up.
All right, Gallitz is back to pass. He does have time. He gets hit as he threw that ball. Oh, but another great catch. Isaac King. How about that one right there? It doesn't look like he's going to get it, but the one-handed grab maybe right to in the elbow area is how he caught that. I mean, this is fantastic. Check out this replay. Christian, what do we see here?
It was a great pass. Look how Matt stepped up. Isaac seeing the ball. One hand. The concentration to be able to catch that ball and still stay up on his feet is impeccable.
Yeah, as he's got the safety bearing down to try to hit him, but he can't hit him because he didn't think he was going to catch it. He does. That is fantastic. So a nice big play there right when you think the Hawks are just kind of maybe running down the throat and run the clock out. They decide to drop back and pass. And, boy, when you've got targets like King at 6'3", you've got Hemphill at 6'4", and they're making catches like that. And then you got a running back like Robert Lathan who can just
get right in his zone.
Yeah, take the rock and go untouched. And now we've got more flags as, again, frustration starting to build between the Panthers and the Hawks. And you can't do that. Can't take your helmet off in the field of play. So Well, but the Elyria Catholic guy took his helmet off at the end there. Yes, you're right. The Hartley player's helmet came off because they got ripped off right here. And, you're trying to finish out your blocks, but the play's over. And, that's a couple swings. And, we'll let the referee settle this one. But, again, teachable moments, right? Teachable moments in that first game. See, this is why we don't play games this late. Things get frisky.
When it gets late, people just get crazy. Man, people want to go home.
Yep. And, again, peak frustration. The Panthers had tried to keep this game close, and they give up one more touchdown. And I think they're starting to all of a sudden know that this game might be out of reach. They came a long way, played a really valiant game, and they've been fighting hard, but they might come up short. But you can't let it get to this point where the frustration leads to these kind of penalties. So let's see what the referees decide to do here. Got to think we might see a disqualification.
The result of the play is touchdown. After the play, personal foul for 15 White. 15 White is ejected. After the play, personal foul, number 4 Blue. He is ejected. Those penalties will offset time.
And as expected, and you all saw the replay that maybe some of these fans and the players on the field and coaches on the field have not seen. But as you see the end of this play here, you have 15 for Elyria Catholic, which is Patrick Moore, and then 4 for Bishop Hartley, Jonathan Cordy. They're kind of wrapped up there, holding, again, finishing their blocks. That part's fine, but then it's this swing right there, and then the swing back, I think, is what the officials saw. And, you can't swing in high school football or, frankly, any level of football. And so with that, there are disqualifications. So, again,
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Bishop Hartley, head coach.
And again, more frustration. So again, 9 minutes to go.
9 minutes to go, and we still get disqualified. Man, we up 20.
Yeah, it happens.
Hartley is up 20. They should just relax, calm down, let this game go.
And I think you're starting to see that. I think you're starting to see the captains of this team say, all right, let's get out there and, let's get this thing over with.
We already took care of business. Let's just go home.
Yeah. So, well, now, not sure what's happening now. Another flag is what I think we saw?
Yeah, definitely seen another flag.
All right. Let's see who this one's on.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 45. Bishop Hartley. 15-yard penalty.
All right. That one's going to go on Jay Zhang. And, again, we're at peak frustration. Jay's not one to really talk, so that surprises me a little bit. He's a fairly quiet guy. But flag was thrown, penalty walked off. I don't know if Brady Newsom's got the leg for this extra point anymore. But we'll see if they try it or if we decide to go for a long 2 here. Yeah, they're going to – yeah. Yeah, it's definitely something verbal. That's where we are with the unsportsmanlike conducts. They've taken Brady Newsom off the field, and we're going to have a long 2-point conversion try from the 32-yard line. Kind of just
another timeout by Bishop Hartley.
Yeah, we're gonna timeout by Hartley. Let's have a kumbaya session here. Maybe we can
get everybody to relax, calm down.
Get everyone on the same page here. It's a 20-point game, and let's get this thing wrapped up without too much more. And what has been a great night in terms of you got the record-setting record-setting run. Career rushing record for Robert Lathan. You got a lot of great young talent for the Hawks stepping up and showing off their potential. It's going to be a long season. So it's been a lot of positives, but you don't want to mar it with some of these negatives with these flags at the end.
Yeah, for sure. I think after this game, they're going to have a long talk, a long meeting like, hey, I understand we're a young team, but we have to really hone in and lock in. Like, seniors got to take accountable. We can't have seniors getting disqualified and things like that.
Yeah, so this is a 2-point conversion here from the 32. You don't see this very often. Gallus just going to throw it up. He's got Isaac King, who's tall enough. Oh, my goodness, this kid. He did not come down with it. He did not come down with it, I don't think. I think they called it incomplete. The ball did come out at the end, but boy, it looked like he made this catch initially. This is a great throw, first off.
Great pass from Matt.
Might have been a little bit of interference, but no, he did not come down with it. Actually, nice breakup by the defender, even though it looked like he might have gotten him a little early. But listen, let's just keep this clock moving. Let's keep this moving. Whew. Yeah. All of that. By the way, all of that happened in the last 5 minutes. The clock didn't move. Just want to make sure you all remember that as you're watching on YouTube. You guys have the luxury of being at home. Let's show you one more time this record-breaking run from Robert Lathan. Again, he only needed 190. That's a lot of yards in high school football. But he only needed a couple more yards, and he decided to break it off for 80. His speed. That's what's impressive, isn't it, Christian?
It's been very impressive ever since freshman year. That's everybody's been talking about. Everybody knew he was strong, but he was like, everybody got to get it faster. You got to get faster and get faster. You can see throughout the years that he's been in high school that he has picked up his speed and worked on his speed and agility a lot.
Yeah, well, it's paying off now in his senior year, and it's paid off tonight in a couple long runs, especially in that one, that 80-yarder that gave him the all-time rushing career yards record here at Hartley. And he's got it by a long shot. And, again, he's still got 9+ more games to go in his Hartley career, God willing, if he can stay healthy. So let's do that. 55-35. Again, 9 minutes left in this very long affair that was delayed for a decent amount due to an injury that led to a player from Elyria Catholic being taken off on a stretcher into an ambulance. Hopefully, and we are praying that he has a safe recovery. That's Gavin Smith. I'm sure he was taken to a hospital, and, hopefully he is recovering nicely. But that did delay this game for a decent amount. But beyond that, a lot of the other delays have just been simply because of cramping. A lot of scores, a lot of incomplete passes, just a lot of clock stoppages. So, yes, it is 10-18, and we
still have 9 minutes left.
We still have a long game to go. And here's the thing. If you're Chase Ferris and you're the Panthers, by no means are you giving up here. You still want to
put up a fight, but knowing right now it's week one. All right, let's learn from this. Let's learn from this game and let's move on.
Yeah. They've had big plays though where they have found a way to score quickly, and I think that's what they're still trying to do. This is Donovan Shumpert, who came in at quarterback, replacing Robbie DeRay, who had a pretty good game, but I think they just wanted to try something new with their offense after kind of stalling out in the third quarter when they could not get on the scoreboard when they really needed to, down 14. And Shumpert this time with the keeper. He has shown he's athletic, but only a 2-yard gain there. It's his Hartley defense starting to really just kind of key in on him and make him beat him with his arm. But, again, just judging by the pace of the offense here of the Panthers, they might be ready to call this one a night and think about what they want to get ready for as they look forward to week 2 and the rest of their season. But this has been a team that has definitely fought the entire game, but it's starting to get away from them now. Shumpert now back to pass. He will throw it deep. This ball has too much on it, but that's too bad because the wide receiver was wide open.
That's what we were talking about earlier about how the Hartley's DBs and secondaries have to be worked on. There's been a lot of plays where Elyria Catholic could have executed like just that play right there, but there's been a lot of plays where they've been getting beat.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those you just hope as a wide receiver, the quarterback just gives you a chance, and he did not get a chance. Connor Ledia, he's been open a few times, 6'3" target. He is definitely capable of making a big play, but that ball's got to be in a place where he can get it. So now 3rd and 9, 8:06 to go. Shumpert back to pass. He's throwing deep once again. Same guy, and this one almost picked off by Camden Caldwell.
That was a good read by Camden Caldwell, understanding that the first DB was B, so coming in as a safety, being able to help him stop the play.
Yeah, smartly going to cover the guy that has become a favorite target of Shumpert. He's just throwing it out there, hoping. He did look left, hoping to pull off that safety, but Caldwell not buying it. He was ready and willing to break that up if he had to. And it looks like with this being a 20-point game with 8:01 to go, this is Robbie DeRay back in the game now. I don't know if he's here to play quarterback or if he's here to punt. He has been their punter for this game, out of the shotgun, not in your typical punting formation. Again, they're 4 wide. Play clock is at 3. Got to get this play off. They do, and it is a punt. Not a good one, particularly. And this ball's got some spin, and this one does have a Panther bounce, and it will be down at around the 45 of the Hawks. Christian, appreciate you coming up here. Thank you much.
I appreciate it.
That was fun. You saw a lot of flags and penalties, but great breakdown of this game. Always good getting your perspective of not only what you're seeing on the field, but of these players, them being your classmates and all. And it's cool to see, obviously, one of them in Robert Latham break that record as you were right on up here. So appreciate you. Can't wait to see you the rest of the season.
See you. Thank you.
Thank you much, Christian King. Senior for the Hartley Hawks. He's an athlete as well. Hopefully you support him later in his athletic pursuits during the season.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Very smooth with it, does his thing, understands the game, but he has connection to the kids because he sees them in class all the time.
And the other thing, too, he's better looking than his dad.
I
just want to make sure we all know that.
Yes.
And I hope Sean heard that.
Yes,
absolutely. All right. we got another run from the Hawks, and it's a decent one. I shouldn't say more than decent. This is going to be a first down and more from Ja'Kai Calloway. As he goes end around to the left side, kind of cut it back into the middle of the field. And I did not see the flag. So that play happened, but it's going to come back 10 yards. You know what? Why not have another flag and slow this game down?
Right.
Why not?
Well, and I think it gives another opportunity here for the folks at home who are still with us. I'm sure they are. Okay,
I'm sure
on
they are.
Friday night, just hanging in there with us. Especially, we have a deep alumni family here out on the West Coast. So I'm sure that they're loving this, right?
Yeah.
You got John Baker that's all the way out in Vegas. You got David LeClaire that's all the way out in Arizona. So we have a group of people that's out there, and we even have Nick Servey is in the house with his daughter that plays volleyball.
Who has a game tomorrow.
Has a game tomorrow, and she's like, Dad, I got to go home and rest. I got to get this thing going.
I need you to rest your legs and get some sleep.
Yeah. And she's going to be an All-American volleyball player from what I understand from Servey. So we're excited to see some of this. But the people who are with us, guess what?
What's that?
The rushing record per game for the game.
Yeah.
331 yards set by Aaron Purdue against Centennial.
Yeah, I mean,
Robert's at 285
Yeah,
now.
he got close. My guess is they're not going to play him the rest of the game here, but I say that as he just was in that play.
Yeah.
But,
he's one touch away.
Yeah, 20-point game. Maybe rest up those legs for what will be a huge game against Ursuline. Don't want to risk injury and hopefully just kind of put this game away. It is 2nd and 15 after a 5-yard gain there. Again, they had that holding penalty that pushed him back. Golich in the shotgun, and this is going to be a handoff. A nice play there by the Panther defense. That handoff went to Roderick Gates, who had that long run earlier. But again, Panthers know they're going to run the ball. And if you're the Hawks, I think you're fine just keeping this clock moving.
But if I'm an offensive lineman, you have to have some level of pride to finish the game up, right? So one of the things that we always pride ourselves on here at Hartley is up front, we get the job done. And we always have a saying in the fourth quarter, when it gets to be about this time of the game, when you know you have to run that clock, everybody gets in the huddle, and there's one thing you say. It's time to put the women and children to bed. Let's finish this thing up.
Oh, I got to tell you, I think they're already in bed. It's 10:30.
Oh, they're in bed already. Golly, I tell you. What.
It's late. Let's just get this thing over with. Put the end of this in, and let's all go to sleep. Here's a play that might do it. Roderick Gates, nicely done there. It was 3rd and about 18, and he picks up 16 or so, maybe 17. This will be 4th down, but instead of it being 4th and long, it's going to be 4th and very short. And that gives the Hawks a chance to pick it up and get more clock off of this thing and get this thing closer to the end.
And what this does is it also gives you a change-up back. So he's getting the flow as a running back. As the season progresses, you have to have a change-up running back to your RB1.
Absolutely.
So this is great. Give him about 14, 15 touches a game, and it really puts the defense in a different ball game.
Yeah, I mean, this is great. Again, it's game one. This was a competitive game, so it's not like you could get all your backups in and things like that, but you are getting some good experience, and we're seeing some, again, we've called a lot of names tonight on offense specifically. Initially it was Hemphill who's getting the catches, and then now Isaac King has come out of nowhere here. Roderick is getting some run. Robert Latham obviously is always going to be the focus, but it's nice to see that he's coming in and getting some big plays. They are going to get a 5-yard penalty on what was a delay game, so what was 4th and 2 is going to be 4th and 7. I think we're going to swap out the offense for the punter.
And I tell you, that Isaac King is smooth.
He is.
Oh,
he's very
man.
smooth. Yeah, I mean, his first game here, the Hartley Hawk, and he has looked very good. I can't wait to see how he progresses the rest
and
of the year.
And I like the no catch down at the bottom, but he had good timing getting up.
Correct.
And that's the biggest part. How do you time getting up for the ball? And he does a great job with that.
All right, Marcus Hemphill with the good snap. Lathan with a good punt here. I think the Hawks will take that all day. Good bounce, too, as this is picked up now at the 15. And, punt return. Pretty good. Nice tackle there, though, after a 20-yard gain.
That's that Zhang.
Yeah, that's Jay Zhang with the tackle of Jules Martin. Again, 20-yard return, and we have 4:32. Man, we are getting close.
Yep.
Getting
So what
close.
are the implications for next week when you have a player get ejected in the second half of the game leading into next week? So are they out for the first half, or is it just start fresh?
No,
again?
that's just a college football rule, the targeting rule. Yeah, in high school, you're good to go. Especially this was, unsportsmanlike conduct. I'm sure it's going to be coach's discretion. Don't get me wrong. We'll see what Coach Melly and Coach Ferris want to do with both of their players, but you're good to go.
When you go against the defending state champ, you need all of the resources that you can muster.
Everything you got. Yeah, Youngstown Ursuline on the road. That is not going to be an easy game by any means. They are such a good program. I was at that game when they played here last year, and I mean, that offense, it was just wide running, gunning.
It's a smoke show.
It's tough. And they're Division 5, and they could have probably beaten a lot of the other divisions last year in state championship. They were very good. You see the
and I wonder how much they have coming back.
That's
this
a good
year.
question. Yeah.
So it's always a squad like that. You build those kids up over time.
Yep.
But once they leave the system, do you have something behind it? Right.
That program, I assume they do.
Yep.
Yeah, they always do. So that's the week 2 opponent for the Hawks. And listen, this schedule's never easy, and that will be a tough one for Bishop Hartley for sure.
Well, that's kind of why you come to Hartley. You
Correct.
play these kind of games.
Again, the whole goal is obviously make it to week 11, and you don't have to win all 10 to make it to week 11, but you do want to play those tough games. You want to win all 10, obviously, but find a way to get them. We had that catch there, and I think we have another injury, and this looks like another cramping issue for one of the Elyria Catholic players. Yeah, they've already starting to stretch him out. Couldn't make out who caught the ball. It might be Castillo. And if so, that's the first time he's gone down with the cramp. But, boy, he's worked hard, so I understand.
He's worked hard.
You mentioned, though, the playoffs and the implications here. There is something new this year in the playoffs for Ohio High School Athletic Association. Only the top 12 in every region make it this year, not the top 16. So the top 4 teams in your region get a bye, and that is new. Because, for a while it was only the top 8 made it. Then it went to 16. I think a lot of folks thought that's too many. Yeah. There were teams that were – because some of these regions only have 17, 18 teams.
Right.
Teams that were 1-9 or even 0-10 were making the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think the coaches thought, too many.
It was great ticket sales for the home team.
Correct.
Right? But at what cost?
At what cost, exactly.
Yeah.
You had teams that honestly were ready for the season to end, players that were ready for the season to end, and then some lopsided games that you're getting injuries at the end of the season, and that's hurting them for the next season they want to play, whether it's basketball or wrestling.
And the only benefit out of having your kids play like that is, from what I hear from other coaches, you get an extra week of practice.
You do.
Right? So you get an extra week of practice that you normally wouldn't get for the younger kids.
Yep.
But then the cost benefit.
Yes, but again, you're getting from 1-9 or 0-10 team that is where's the buy-in?
Yeah,
it's hard to get them to buy in.
Yes.
So top 12 make it, and that's important because if you don't remember, Hartley last year was 12th in their region and made the playoffs. Again, I think we all thought Hartley was a playoff team last year. They looked at, I know they lost to Bloom Carroll in a thriller of a playoff game, but you can't be 13th this year. You got to be in that top 12. You see Donovan Shumper with a nice QB keeper. He is going to be at the first down marker as we have now hit 3:48 on the clock.
And he's a little banged up, too.
Yeah.
He went down. He's holding his ribs getting up.
Yeah,
when you get pounded and he's bending over, holding both knees, it's a long game.
Yeah, and he started at wide receiver, and now he's been playing quarterback. But anyways, I say all that because the 6-4, Hartley was the 12th place team in their region. So they got to be careful. 6-4. That may be 13th, and now all of a sudden you're not in the playoffs. So it's something to watch this year as you look at the region numbers. You're thinking, this team's safe. This team's not as safe as they used to be now with the top 12 going.
Well, several years ago when Hartley won a state championship at the Shoe, you had a 4-6 Moeller team make it all the way to the state championship and win it.
Yeah.
They beat an Ignatius team or an Ed's team, one of those teams. And they were state champs at 4-6 or whatever it was.
And that's a product of having a strong schedule. They can win 4 games, make the playoffs on those 4 wins. And that's what Hartley has. You're going to have to play Ursuline. You're going to have to play Waterson again. DeSales is going to be a good squad. There are some good teams on the schedule that, pull off a couple victories, you're safely in.
Now, I want to know some of this, some of the. So I want to talk about some of the tradition, right? So with this, we have when you are an elite team at Hartley and you make it to the state championship week. So we call that Jack Ryan week.
Yeah.
So there's no other school in the state of Ohio that can proclaim Jack Ryan week, right? And then we used to have where if you made it to that Thanksgiving Day practice, we called it Birchfield Thursdays.
Yeah.
So I want to see what the new wrinkle is that Millie's going to have for himself as he builds his legacy.
Got to get there.
So we've got to figure out what's that. But it starts with winning.
Exactly. Got to get there first. That's what it absolutely takes. First and 11 after that penalty marked off down the field. This is the nice pass from Shumpert. Incomplete, though, as Jules Martin could not bring it down. He did have 2 hands on it. I know he is frustrated. He thought he had that one. As he now, he's cramping in his left leg as he is rolling around in pain. I think he's trying to work out himself, but how that works. You can't do it. You need someone else to help you out.
And you got a senior cornerback over there, Jeffrey. How do you say his last name there, Matt? Number 23, Ndegwe.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, Jeffrey Ndegwe.
Yep.
And he did a good job pressing. He got sucked up a little bit, recovered, but he also knew he had help over the top. Caldwell was over the top. So that's kind of how you play the cat and mouse game. And sometimes you can bait the quarterback into throwing a pass that he really wants to take back. So
2 minutes and 50 seconds left in this game. Again, it's a 20-point game. This game is all but over as far as who's going to win and lose, but you just got to get these last few minutes and seconds off the clock.
It's 10:33 Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, it's a
what's the over/under on ending the game at 10:45?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even want to think about it anymore.
A couple more penalties.
Oh, it's just
incomplete passes.
Yeah,
cramps.
Give you a look at the schedule of the Hawks. We talked about how tough it's going to be. So, you got Ursuline next week, a good team. Walnut Ridge is after that.
Good job, man.
Watkins Memorial in week 4. Walnut Ridge and Watkins are going to be right here at home. We'll have that for you here on YouTube. They got Hamilton Baden in week 5. That's an away game. That's a good team. They always are a good program. Then you get to St. Charles. You finally get your first CCL matchup here at Jack Ryan Field. Then 3 away games in a row. Walsh Jesuit, good program, Division II squad. Waterson, the defending Division III state champs. Got Kip Columbus, an emerging program, young school. Recently we've all thought, it's going to be an easy game. I'm telling you, they're going to keep getting better and better. Watch out for that program. At some point, they're going to turn it on. And then you finish the year at home on senior night against DeSales. So, it's a gauntlet. It's a gauntlet each and every year when you play – in a small CCL, so they have 3 teams, so you got to fill out that schedule with 7 other teams. And it's, you're Hartley, you always want to challenge yourself, and they're doing just that again as you see another first down pitch and catch from Elyria Catholic with 2:41 to go.
And I think that's the beauty about Hartley. When you come here, you're never trying to outdo somebody else, right? You're not trying to outdo your opponent. It's about challenging yourself to be the better version of you, and every single day you kind of live that. And that's the culture here. Is how to challenge yourself to be the better version of yourself. Every single day. So I think we're off to a good start. You got a bunch of kids that haven't had much playing time who are getting in now and getting some fresh legs in there to kind of churn a little bit because you're going to need as many people next week as possible to deal with that behemoth that they're going to step into.
Yeah, and I should correct myself. Ursuline did not win the state championship because Waterson won in Division III. They were in the Final Four, though, but Hartley did play 2 state champions last year because Ironton is who they played in Division 5. That's what it was. That's why I mix it up. Ursuline's Division 3 program that lost in the Final Four. But, they played Ironton, and they won in Division 5. So it was a hard schedule last year, and it made them better. But, it's tough.
And this is nothing new. Hartley's done this for decades.
Yeah.
And that's why people love coming here, watching them play, and also competing.
Yeah. All right, we are inside 2 minutes. That's Robbie DeRay back at quarterback, and there's passing the ball that goes out of bounds after a completed catch, and the clock stops at 1 minute and 29 seconds. It will be 3rd and short.
10:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Matthew.
Yeah, I tell you what. And again, I want to still give credit to Chase Ferris and this Elyria Catholic team. They came down here. They knew it'd be a fight, and they gave it all they had. I just think between the injury and You know, they got some young players. They're breaking in a new quarterback. He's only a sophomore, Robbie DeRay. He's going to be good in a couple of years, but he's got some learning to do. Made some good plays early, some really nice passes in the passing game. There's another one right there.
Oh, good catch.
Yeah, getting it up to his guy. I mean, I tell you, this kid's good. Connor Letty, the senior, 6'3", he's a good target. He'll be a force to be reckoned with.
Long, athletic kid.
Yeah, the rest of their season. So wish him and the whole team the best, and obviously their fans a safe ride home. It's a late night to be driving down 71. I get it, or driving up 71. But appreciate them coming here. And as you see, DeRay almost getting into the end zone, but rushes out of bounds after getting that first down as they try to finish this game off with one more score. 36 seconds left.
We got a cramp on the sideline by Hartley, and he's tapping out. And, he can't move.
I know, just roll.
Yeah, just roll.
I think he wants to try to get –
He wants to try, He wants those reps. He's trying. He wants those reps so bad.
Yeah, and I think he wants to try to walk off, but it just won't happen. That Ezra Kasai, the senior lineman, he wants it.
And they put a lot of work in, and he wants those reps. He wants to be on the field with his guys.
Absolutely.
And then I love that fight in a kid like that, right?
I do too. And, every chance to get out here is a blessing for these guys. So
Matt, earlier we were talking about alumni still sticking around with us, watching the game, because that's what Hawks do and all this other stuff. And I really liked how Hartley's development team, they had these alumni tours where they went to different universities or different areas of the country. They just didn't go to Murph's, which is the football game party. They went to different cities. They went to Chicago, New York City, all the different places possible. So I really like how that shows Hartley's alumni base is stretching. They went down to Florida and met up with some alum down there too. So I like the approach of stretching the map because Hartley's footprint is so big with the amazing alumni that we have.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's always nice to see that, you can go to certain cities, certain states, and see someone you know and have that connection, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I get on the plane, and there's somebody from Hartley, right? Many moons ago, 23 years ago, I get on a flight to go on my honeymoon and get on the plane. It's Craig Parker.
Yeah.
One of the Parker brothers that's been and he coached me in basketball when I was in middle school.
Love that.
And my wife says, do we have to meet Hartley people everywhere?
36 seconds to go. That's DeRay throwing it up, and that is caught in the end zone. He did get a foot down. That's a nice catch. Another one by Jakar Terry, 6'3" sophomore who has made more than a few plays in this game. Let's get one more look at that. He just kind of threw it to a spot, and his guy went up and got it. Yeah, nice. Toe tap in the blue. And you hear the referee there call the pass interference.
And that's a hard play for the quarterback to save it off the ground.
Yeah,
he caught it on the skip and released it that quickly.
And I feel like Jamari Stokes did about all he could do there. I mean, Jamari Stokes did all he could do to not let that be a touchdown. I mean, that's just throwing it to a spot and getting it there. So that does make the score 55-41. There's 31.3 seconds left in this game. So the outcome, the result of this game is not in doubt, but we're just trying to get to the final score here. That kick is up, and it is no good. First time we've missed an extra point. Oh, no, it is good. That did get high enough. It looked like it wasn't going to get over the bar, but it did. So kick up and good one more time from Benjamin Essenmacher, so he's perfect for the night.
97 points on the opener. Matt, could you imagine? Was this part of your bingo card for tonight?
Not this many points. I figured there'd be some points on the board, only because of last year's game being 48-28, 76 points. You're thinking, all right, both these teams clearly have some offense.
Yeah.
I did not see this many.
This is a good high school basketball score, right?
There are some Hartley Waterson games that I know have definitely been at this, actually lower than this, because Waterson likes to slow the game down. But yeah, this is a lot, and it's late. It's a late night. I tell you what.
31 seconds left. Ooh. It is 10:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah,
and we said 10:45. So
no, you said 10. I didn't make a guess anymore. I didn't want to think about it.
I said so. Let's see what happens. And just so I can win, because I'm competitive, just like you are.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to throw my bottle, my plastic empty bottle, out on the field, so the refs will have to stop the game.
No,
to get the bottle off the field. Is that?
I think
is that cheating?
We still have a kickoff here. We may be due for another cramp, so let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Kickoffs will create more cramps.
Oh, I just feel for Elyria Catholic fans and these players. They're going to get home late.
Oh, bless their hearts. They came down here. They traveled well. The parents are proud of them.
Oh,
and
for
they
sure.
played
Yeah.
well. I mean,
No,
they were competitive all the way through.
Yeah, again, and there was frustration on both sides, some mistakes on both sides. A lot of flags. Some jawing that shouldn't have happened. Listen, it's week one. There are teachable moments for both these teams. So,
but I often wonder. I mean, you guys are shoving after the play and pushing. Aren't you afraid that I'm going to cramp up? I don't want to push after the play because I might cramp up, right?
I don't think that was I don't think that's what their thought process was at all.
Oh man, that would totally be me, right?
Oh man,
I don't want to take a chance and cramp up here.
31.3 seconds as Matt Golich is going to get under center, and for the first time we can say victory formation for the Hawks. They might be taking it a little bit differently than other teams. This is pretty normal. There we go, under center. Take a knee and put a bow on this one as we let the clock wind down. And we'll let these teams that got a little frustrated and heated at each other, hopefully a nice calm handshake line in what will be a victory for the Hawks.
It is 10:42 p.m. I think we should take a timeout.
Yeah, right.
Let's take a timeout. Stop the clock.
Sadly, we will not get that. 55-42, the final score. Your final thoughts on this one as we celebrate the first win for the Bishop Hartley Hawks in the 2025 season?
Hey, I'm highly impressed with the offensive power coming out, finding their groove. Hartley tried to get cute coming out the gate, but I think they found out their personality, their demeanor, their temperament, who they are. And I think it's just going to get stronger and stronger and bigger as the season goes on. Defense has some work to do. A Hartley team giving up 42 points is not what we're used to. And a lot of that comes because you're in a short field with the special teams. So special teams puts you in a bind, and we're going to have to work on some special teams, especially with kickoffs, kickoff returns, and the punt. So all phases of the game needs to be right if you're going to go up next week.
Well, Youngstown Ursuline is the next opponent for the Hawks. That'll be on the road, and then they'll be back home here in 2 weeks at Jack Ryan Field, taking on the Walnut Ridge Scots, a neighbor just to the east of Bishop Hartley here right down Livingston Avenue. So should be exciting one to have them back down here. Haven't played Ridge in a while, so looking forward to that one. Randall, always a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, Mr. Barnes.
Absolutely. A record-breaking night here at Jack Ryan Field. We don't always see that, but we did get to see it tonight as Robert Lathan gets a career rushing record. We'll leave you with some highlights of this very entertaining affair. 97 points scored, 55 of them scored by the Hawks in what is the first victory for Coach Matt Melly in his first game as head coach of Bishop Hartley. That's always a good way to start your head coaching career here on 1285 Zettler. As you see, Robert Lathan, one of many amazing runs for him in his record-breaking night. On behalf of everyone here at Bishop Hartley, we thank you so much for listening. God bless, and we'll see you in a couple weeks for the game against Walnut Ridge. Bishop Hartley 1-0 on the season. Good night, everyone.
Hey, Matt, I have something to say.